Welcome to the channel and welcome to this 2,000 point match play game between Admech and Dark Eldar. This city is burning. This city is in ruins. The Cabal of the Black Heart have had their way here and torn this place to the ground. There are only a couple of buildings left standing as this raiding party just snatches people and takes them back to the plague pits of Cormora. And so my Admech force, the Penitent Forge, have been sent here to drive them back. And we are playing a game from 2017 chapter approved called Kill Confirmed. Yes, double checking. Just kill confirmed because there should be many points. It should be a very high point scoring game. The way it works is you get 3 cards a turn every turn and you get a point for every single unit you kill. And I think I've got 22 units and Joe has got 24 units. Say hi, Joe.
Hello.
Hi, Joe from Lookout Sir 40k podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for coming down again.
That's all right. I really enjoy coming here. So.
Last time it was my Tyranids versus your Death Watch.
Yep.
We did that in a city as well, actually.
Yeah, but it wasn't as dense as this one. It was more of a half city, half desolate plains.
Half desolate plains wasteland thing.
Yeah.
That fight was really cool, actually.
Yeah.
It was pushing you back and pushing you back and pushing you back, and finally at the end, I think the Space Marines were victorious. In this one, it's going to be interesting actually because you've got a vast Drukhari list.
Yeah, and I've thrown in a couple of close combat units, so it's going to be wall to wall.
I'm not very good in I've got some punchy units as well, actually.
Yeah, the priesty sticky guys.
The priesty sticky guys.
Yeah.
So we're playing Dawn of War deployment. We actually rolled up in the book. You've picked that end.
Yeah.
So I'm on this end. And the way it works in 2017 chapter approved as well is you drop, I drop, you drop, I drop, you drop. And whoever drops first gets +1 to the roll-off. You roll off to see who goes first. And you've got lots of transports to put your stuff inside.
It's one transport per squad.
So you're definitely going to beat me to the drop. And as you can see, there are 4 objectives up in this side of the battle grid. So this side of the battle grid should get quite tasty. And then there's 2 down here. Like I say, you also get a point for every unit you kill. So this should be a bloody, nasty, high point scoring game, English, in and amongst the ruins of this city. Some shout outs. This battle mat is from urbanmats.com. This is actually my favorite battle mat. People ask me because this one is so generic. It's so good. You can use it with ruins. You can use it on the outskirts. You can use it with rubbly bits. You can use it with hills and stuff. So that's urbanmats.com. And this glorious train that you see is from foregroundpublishing.co.uk. This is their Urbis Mortis selection, foregroundpublishing.co.uk. And if you're a member of the DZTV Discord, the patrons, if you're a DZTV patron, you can get 15% off this stuff. The links are in the Discord. Or you can just support us by joining deploymentzone.tv. Help us make more battle reports. Right, let's go on to the armies. Right, this is 2,000 points worth of Adeptus Mechanicus, 2,000 points on the nose. And it's a brigade. It's easy to squeeze a brigade into 2,000 points, which gives me 15 command points to play with. The Penitent Forge follow the Martian Forge World Dogma, which means I get 2 Canticles of the Omnissiah a turn every turn. And my Warlord is Belisarius Core, aka Designate 17, the 17th Designate of the Penitent Forge. And when you bring him along, when you roll for your Canticles, you can increase or decrease the dice roll by 1. And his Warlord trait gets his aura out to 9 inches. He allows all Admech forces to reroll all hits in the shooting phase. You can even technically reroll misses, or you can reroll hits and misses if you want to. But yeah, 9-inch aura in the shooting phase, reroll everything. And he's joined up with a Tech Priest Dominus with a Volcate Blaster and an Enginseer. Now I'm giving the Enginseer the relic. I've given him the Omniscient Mask, which is the re-roll hits in the fight phase for Skitarii units, because my thoughts behind this when I was building the list is he can go running forward with the Ruststalkers and the Infiltrators and the Dragoons. And Infiltrators are pretty cool because they can deep strike in, and they've got Uzis, which chuck out lots and lots of shots. Ruststalkers are absolutely pants, but they're so cheap now. I think they're like 55 points or 60 points for that unit of 5. They're toughness 3 with 2 wounds, but they're fast, they're cheap, So they might be able to dash forward and harass a few units. That's the plan. And have basically the Engineer running up behind either the Ruststalkers or the Dragoons, because he can heal them, and if they don't die, like a leaf in the storm. What's the Firefly reference? That'll do. If they don't die like a leaf on the wind, then at least they'll have the re-roll to hit rolls when they're punching stuff. So those are my HQs. And then in the troop selection, I have over 20 Vanguard and over 20 Rangers. And in each, well, in 5 out of 8 of the squads, I've put an arc rifle. Arc rifles. Some of these Ranger squads here just have no upgrades whatsoever. Just many bodies, 40 plus bodies for the Dark Eldar to drag back to their plague pits. Why do I keep saying plague pits? Slave pits, that's what I mean to say. And talking about bodies, as well as the Infiltrators and Ruststalkers, I've got a big squad of Electro Priests. Electro Priests are cool. They can go running forward. They've got a 5-up Feel No Pain. They've got a 5-up Invulnerable Save. And if they kill one thing in close combat, that 5-up Invulnerable Save goes up to a 3-up Invulnerable Save for the rest of the game. They typically are target priority number 1 for any force that goes up against them, because you don't want them having a 3-up Invulnerable Save and a 5-up Feel No Pain. They are only toughness 3. But you don't want that to happen, so people tend to put lots and lots of shots into them, which is why I've bought a big squad of 20. Because after lots and lots of squad shots go into them, there should still be some alive, and with 15 command points to play around with, I can easily burn 2 for insane bravery and keeping some of them around. I've got some Dakka bots. Do not leave home without them. A unit of 2 Dragoons, unit of 1 Dragoon, a unit of 3 Iron Strider Ballistari. They've got the Cognis autocannon, because when I built this list back in 7th, the autocannons were better than the las cannons. And I always play WYSIWYG. So they've got the autocannons, not the las cannons, but they're cheaper. And 3 Onaga Dune Crawlers with neutron lasers, and both of them, they've got 2 stubbers each. Now, I know the Icarus array would be better against Dark Eldar, but that would be utter list tailoring. So I have just got neutron lasers. Besides, if Call is anywhere near them, they'll be re-rolling to hit with their neutron lasers anyway. So a chunk of vehicles along the backfield, and many bodies. I outnumber the Dark Eldar by quite a lot. But lots of toughness 3 all over the place, except for the vehicles. So disintegrate cannons and things like that are going to have their way with me. But Dark Admech tend to be a static force which pushes forward. So with some of the speed in the outfield here, it shouldn't be as static as they typically are. Plus the Infiltrators can deep strike in. And if you're watching this after the Psychic Awakening book is released with all the new Admech upgrades, we're not using any of the Psychic Awakening shenanigans. We're just going straight back to the well. This is a pure codex on codex fight to keep it as simple as we can. Right, let's have a look at the Dark Eldar. Right, this is 2,000 points of Dark Eldar. Is it 2,000 points?
I think it's like 1998.
1998, I win. And it's a dual battalion. So you've got 13 command points to play with. And it is Black Heart, so you get +1 to the power from pain. The way Dark Eldar work is they get a buff. And the buff increases as the game turns go on. So with the +1 power from pain, it means you start the game with a 6-up Feel No Pain. And all the vehicles get the 6-up Feel No Pain. And then in turn 2, it goes up and up. And in turn 3, you get something else. And turn 4, you get something else.
It's turn 1, you get the 6-up Feel No Pain and you reroll charges.
Nice. From turn 1.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, Warlord traits, relics, command.
So, this is my Warlord. He has the Writ of the Living Muse.
Right.
And the Labyrinthine Cunning Warlord trait. So, he has a reroll 1 to wound bubble of 6 inches.
Okay.
And on the roll of a 6, whenever me or you spend command points, he gets 1 back.
Me or you?
Me or you.
Okay, cool. Okay, right. Warlord trait? Was that his Warlord trait?
That was so his Warlord trait is the Labyrinthine Cunning,
yes.
So he gets it back. And his relic gives him the reroll 1.
Okay.
Bubble.
I thought Archons do that anyway, the reroll.
Well, they give reroll 1 to hit.
Right.
Normally.
So he's got a reroll 1 to hit and a reroll 1 to wound.
Yeah.
So he's like a captain and a lieutenant.
Yeah, all rolled into 1.
All rolled into 1. Okay. What else we got?
We've got Drazar.
Yes.
The Phoenix Lord, not Phoenix Lord.
Yes.
A normal Archon.
Yes.
And then we've got the Vizark on the end there, who's on a bit of a recruitment drive for the
Okay.
yeah. And then part of my patrol, I've got Lilith and a 15-man unit of man and woman unit of witches.
Champion of the tournaments.
Yeah. I've paid 1 command point, so she gets her warlord trait.
Okay.
Which gives her Tesla in combat, basically. A roll of a 6 to hit.
Yes.
She gets free hits.
And she's got many attacks anyway.
Yeah, so she's got like 5 or 6 on the charge anyway.
Nice. Okay, what else we got?
So the Doe Battalion, 1 battalion's got 3 units of Cabalite Warriors with a blaster in each, and they're each in a Venom.
Okay.
And then a unit of Incubi.
Yes.
And 2 Razor Wings.
Yes.
And then the second is just a basic of the 2 HQ, 3 squads of Cabalite Warriors with blasters, and 3 Venoms.
Okay, so on the Ravagers, you've got the Dizzy Cannons.
Yeah, so each disintegrator puts out 3 strength 5, -3, damage 2 shots.
-3, damage 2.
Yeah. And that's 9 per boat.
Yeah, and you've put disintegrators on
them as well, yeah.
Okay, and if there's an Archon nearby, they'll be rerolling ones to hit.
Yeah.
Nice. And never 6 or feel no pain.
Yes.
And Venoms are -1 to shoot anyway, and they have a 5 invulnerable save.
Yeah.
Do Ravagers have a 5?
Ravagers and the Razor Wings both have a 5 up.
So you've got 5 invulnerable saves across the board?
Yeah. They're not very good at taking a hit.
Yes.
But they have a slight survivability.
Okay. So some transport options, some speed, some Dark Eldar shenanigans going on here. Do you know, it's been a long time since I played Dark Eldar. I used to play them quite routinely. So this is going to be very interesting. Let's go on to deployment. And we're deployed for this 2,000 point game of Kill Confirmed from Chapter Approved 2017. The Dark Eldar are slightly annoyed because the Admech have turned up and interrupted their playtime. And playing with all the civilians must stop. Now there will be war, because in the grim darkness of the far future there is only war. Where is your Archon and stuff? Where is your warlord?
He's bravely standing behind a wall. Just chilling.
So he's there to give the reroll buff to these guys here. Well, that makes perfect sense, right? Yeah. And are all the Venoms loaded up? You've got Cabalite Warriors in every single Venom?
Everything is on the table.
Okay. And Drazar is down here with the Incubi, and that was my doorbell. It's Amazon. She's gone to get it. She loves Amazon. Yeah. Do you like Amazon?
I'm a big fan.
So flyer on the right wing, flyer on the left wing. That's the way to go with flyers. They're fast, they're mobile. Keep them on. But Dark Eldar flyers don't have that move, shoot, move thing that the Eldar do. They're not as agile as Eldar flyers. Yeah. And then what I've done is I've got a shooty chunk here with a Dominus for the reroll and put some screening units around. And then there is my reroll hit rolls in the fight phase. Engineer here with some Skitarii units ready for a single attack up this way. 1 prong. And prong number 2 for a 2-pronged attack is all the screaming electro priests, the mad, insane religious fanatics ready to go that way. So yeah, a punchy bit there, punchy bit here, shooty bit here, big shooty bit down here with D17 and the Onagers and the Dakar bots with, again, more screen all the way around. I've kept the infiltrators in reserve, so they are infiltrating somewhere on the battle grid.
Hiding in a building.
Yeah, potentially ready to dig their way out of some rubble somewhere and surprise and go oogity boogity boo. So you drop first, so you get +1 to the dice roll. Let's grab some dice. Yeah, you roll first because you get the +1. You get that's a 4. Yeah. Can I beat a 4? I can beat a 4. Ooh. It's going to be Admech turn 1. Canticles. That. Modifying the dice roll there. I've got Shroud Psalm, so I count as in cover even if I'm not, and +1 strength just in case I get into combat in the Dark Eldar turn. And here are my orders. Psychological warfare, make the Dark Eldar break. That's going to be tricky. Defend objective 1. Fortunately, I'm on that one. Advance out of my deployment zone. I don't intend to do that all game. Here we are after the Admech movement phase. I've advanced slowly into the city, but not outside of my deployment zone. The priest got a short advance, and then the Skitarii contingent up this end pushed forward around the building. There was some shuffling with some of my small infantry units, some of my screening units, and I did do a couple of shots already. Some of the stuff from some of the radium carbines here. Not radium carbines, galvanic rifles. There's a bit of pitter-patter in the background, by the way. It's raining outside. It's nasty out there. So that's it for the movement. Then I spent a command point at the end of the movement phase for binaric override on the Dakabots. It means that their protocol was changed, so they're shooting twice for the rest of the game. I can't change it one more time. So they're only shooting. If they get locked in combat, they can punch, but they will never be able to fall out of combat. And now I'm shooting twice. They have 9 shots each, so 36 shots is going to splash out into that venom there. They typically hit on 4s, but venoms are -1 to hit because of something.
Rules. Name.
5s to hit. Dark Eldar trickery. Flicker field, it's called a flicker field. Those are the hits so far. Here's the reroll, because it designates 17. This is strength 6 versus toughness 5, so 3s to wound. Now it is AP -2, but you have a 5 up and vulnerable save,
yep.
and he can't take cover from this shot. 11, 5 up saves. And how many wounds have I got to get through?
6.
Is that it? Did I do it?
Well, it's taken 8.
Yes.
So that's 16.
No, it's 1 damage each.
Oh, it's 1 damage each.
Just 1 damage each.
So 6.
It's lots of shots, but 1 damage each.
It's dead.
It's dead. Has it only got 5 wounds?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's got 1 wound left then. I can see that one there.
How annoying. So smoking and steaming, it's not out of the fire yet. So designate 17 orders the Cognis heavy stubbers from this Onaga Dune Crawler to fire at the venom, and the neutron laser is going to flash up into the sky against this plane.
Razor wing.
4s to hit with the Cognis stubbers, re-rolling all hits, even the ones that you typically wouldn't be able to re-roll. And then this is strength 4.
Oh,
thank you.
I'm already going ahead.
5s to wound. I get 2 wounds, no AP.
One
fail.
Through.
And the venom is dead. Does it go kablooey? It does not bluey. How many guys are inside there?
5.
5. On 1s, you lose a guy. So 1 fails the stop, drop and roll emergency disembarkation subroutine. I'm the subroutines. No, you're the stop, drop and roll. Where do you learn? How do they train? Is there some sort of like academy for Black Heart people somewhere?
I imagine
where they drill and do press ups and fold sheets?
I imagine they just get dropped into a pit with like space bears. Like, if you get out, you're good.
So 4 of them disembark from the venom. So what we're saying is if you climb out of a bear pit wearing the skin of the bear as some clothing, welcome to the Black Heart, son. Right, D3 shots into this. What's the name of this flyer?
Razor wing.
Razor wing. 1 shot. I'm going to hit you on a 4. And I can re-roll. And I miss. Right, it turns out that all this one can see is the razor wing. So let's do the 6 shots with the stubbers. I need... Oh, that's okay. 4s to hit. But I need 5s to wound. And that is no AP. So 3 wounds.
4s. Followed by 6s.
Does it only have a 4-up save?
Yeah.
That's bad. 2 wounds down. D3 shots from the neutron laser. 1 shot again. Hitting on a 4. Which I can re-roll. Both neutron lasers misses so far. This pilot is jinking through the sky. And then Onaga number 3 cannot see the razor wing. There is a building in the way. I'd like to fire through the building. Maybe he did earlier. But right now he's going to put his remaining shots into Venom number 2 because that's pretty much the only thing he can see. I mean, I can see the waves, the little waves of your Ravagers behind that building. But that is so gamey. I'm not going to shoot at the tips of your things. So Cognis stubbers into Venom, hitting on 4s, re-rolling, and wounding on 5s. 2 wounds, no AP, sir.
1.
Oh, he's fine. He loves it. He feels the pain. Neutron laser, hopefully more than 1 shot. 2 shots this time. That's 100% better. Yeah.
100% improvement.
Yeah, 4s. And re-rolling. Ooh, I hit you both times. Target acquired. These dice available on the deploymentzone.tv merchandise page. Strength 10, toughness 5, right?
2s.
2 wounds, AP minus bajillion.
So 5 up in 1.
Yes.
Both go through.
And this is D6 damage, minimum 3.
Lovely.
So, that's 6 damage. 6 up power from pain, 1 6, and the venom survives, and you roll 2 6s, and it gets hit twice by a neutron laser, banks slightly to the left. but continues to chug onwards. Right, moving down the line to the Iron Strider Ballistari. Now these guys have clear line of sight on one of those Ravagers there. So I'm spending a command point on Protector Doctrina Imperatives. It's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's basically +2 to hit. So I'm hitting on 1s. Because you were thinking about spending 2 command points on the Jinky thing. That gives you
fast reflexes.
Yeah, which would have been my 3s to hit up to a 4. But with +2 to hit, I would have been hitting on 2s anyway.
Yeah.
So, because they have an enhanced data tether. So I am hitting on 2s and re-rolling 1s because my Tech Priest Dominus is there giving them orders and incanting through the newer sphere. So 2s to hit. Re-roll 1s. Strength 7, toughness 6. I need 3s. Now these are only AP -1. 5 up saves because it has a 4 up normally.
Oh dear.
But each failed save is 2 damage. So, how many is that? That's 12 damage.
12 damage.
So you need to make 3 6s now.
3 6s is...
You'll keep it alive.
Yeah.
I see
2, 3.
Oh yeah, there is 3. It's alive on 1 wound left.
It's limping.
Now these guys don't have guns. My Volkite Blaster's out of range. I fired the galvanic rifles from here. All of the range firepower from all the small infantry is small. That is the end of my shooting phase.
Doesn't the Tech Priest have a...
Yeah, it's 24-inch range. It's out of range. So that is the end of my shooting phase. Basically, line of sight is a real bad thing here, and I spent some of my turn shooting at flyers and getting 1 shot off with a neutron laser. So at the end of my shooting phase, I've killed a Venom. I have crippled one of the Ravagers, though, so it won't be shooting as much as it should be. But I've killed a vehicle, and seeing as you've brought many vehicles, I need to do more damage than that per turn, every turn. Mind you, that one's on 1 wound left as well.
Yeah.
So I nearly killed 3. I'll take that. I'll buy that for $1. I do get first blood. It is first blood in this mission, not first strike. And 1 point because of the game we're playing. Kill confirmed in 2017, chapter approved. It's called No Quarter Given. You get a point for every unit you kill. So I get 2 points. 1 for killing a unit, 1 for first blood. I've started defending this objective here. So it's 2-0 to the Admech as we go on to the Cabals. Turn 1. So the Dark Eldar have been here for a while. They know what they're doing, and these are a sound set of order. Supremacy. Take any 3 objectives for D3 points and secure 5 and secure 3. And with the speed of the Dark Eldar, they should be able to claim every single one of these objectives. Here we are after the Dark Eldar movement phase. They launch their raid forward. Venoms, Flyers, and the Ravagers breaking cover. You're on objective 5 or 3, or 3 or 5. So you're on the 2 objectives that you need to be on. Plus, you're on 3 objectives for D3 points for supremacy. Now I've got to put on my big boy pants as the Dark Eldar prepare to unleash hell. Opening up the shooting phase, the injured Ravager is unloading everything into the Iron Strider Ballistari. 9 shots, hitting on, I don't know what.
5s.
Okay.
Are they -1 to hit, aren't they?
No, not those ones.
Not those ones.
The shooting ones aren't. The punchy ones are. Dragoons are. Iron Strider aren't. So it's just 5s.
So.
And you can re-roll the ones because of your Warlord.
Oh, he's out of it.
Did you miss with every shot?
Every shot.
Ouch. So you're going to shoot with one that shoots good now?
Yep. Hopefully doing much better.
3s. Re-roll the 1.
Re-roll the 1. See?
Everything hits.
Everything hits.
That one shoots good.
Yeah.
Toughness 6, 5s to wound. And re-rolling 1s. Okay. So you actually got 5 wounds through. 6 wounds through.
6 wounds through.
It's AP minus bazillion.
-3.
But, so it would typically shoot straight through my armor, but I do have a 6-up bionic save. It'll ignore Shroud Time as well. So 6s. I make 1, and it does 2 damage each, right?
2 damage each, yeah.
So that'll kill a robot, and that'll put 1 down to 2 wounds, and it might blow up. It doesn't blow up. It looks like this. This one's on 2 wounds left, and then the last Ravager doing the same thing. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. 8 hits, wounding on 5s, and re-rolling those 2 1s. How many this time?
Only the 2.
Only 2. 2 6-up saves. And I failed both of them, so it kills the last one, 2 damage weapon. And does it blow? It does blow, so let's command point reroll that. Mind you, it only does 1 damage. Let's command point reroll that. 1's down to 4 wounds left. So this Dominus is highly annoyed as holy creations crash down around him. Now we're on to fighter number 1. It put its splinter rifles into the priests, and it failed to wound. And the other shots, the disintegrate cannons and the missiles, are coming into the Dakar bots. So what are we starting with first?
So we'll do the disintegrators first.
Yes.
So 3s.
Everything hits.
And
nice.
then...
I am toughness 6.
So 5s again.
Okay.
For 3.
3 wounds. AP minus 3.
Yep.
So I need my 5 up save. Mind you, I've got a 2 up currently because of Shroud, so I'm still a 5 up. I make them all.
Oh.
Missiles coming in. Shatter thingy bob missiles?
Yeah, so 6.
Oh, nice. Okay.
3s.
So he loaded up the missile pods.
Yeah. 5
hits come crashing through. And these are strength 7, right?
Yeah. So 3s.
Yes.
And then these re-roll to wound.
Do they? Nasty. What's the AP?
Minus 1 damage.
So my 2 up becomes a 3 up. 2 up because of Shroud Psalm. And I fail 3 of them.
Ooh.
But a 6, it reflects back at you.
Oh no!
And does a mortal wound to you.
Do I ignore it on a 6? No.
Okay, so one of the Dakar bots takes 3 wounds. Now we've put that 1 wound back because the repulsor grid only works on invulnerable saving throws. Not on standard armor saving throws, and those were standard armor saving throws. So that's 1 jet fired. We're across to the 2nd jet. Again, splinter rifles went into the Screaming Priests of Doom and did no damage, and then all the shots rinsing and repeating into the Onager Dune Crawlers.
So, disintegrators.
Yes. 3s.
Ooh.
You're hitting quite well with these.
I know, they're doing well.
5s. And you're wounding quite well.
3.
Right, so these will be invulnerable saves. 1 bounces back and hurts you. 2 hurt me. That's 4 damage, right?
Yep.
4 damage. So one of the robots is on 3 wounds left, so he dies and... Oh no, he blows up. Robot died, and he does D3 mortal wounds to everything within only 3 inches, but it is D3. So 2 went on Designate 17, 1 went on that robot, 1 went on a Gadoon Crawler, 2 went off this robot here, so big bada boom. And then I lost 3 in this unit of Skitarii and 3 in this unit of Skitarii. So just that 1 disintegrator cannon did about 29 wounds to my army.
Yeah, I like to imagine they just ran in fear.
We know no fear. No woman, that's those other guys. We're beeping and booping.
Yeah.
Right, okay, disintegrator... Oh no, the shatter missiles into the remaining robot because it's not over yet.
D6, 6 again.
Wow.
I like your dice. I'm gonna buy some before I leave.
3s to hit. 5 hits. Strength 7. Wounding on 3s.
Rerolling.
Oh dear.
4.
So minus 1. So 3s. This is not bouncing back. I take 2 wounds. That robot is down to 2 left. Then we ran through all the splinter fire and a few blasters from venoms and small arms that could reach out and touch my army. You killed 3 of the priests in the middle from splinter fire. And then we had passengers and vehicles around here firing into the, what are they called? Dragoons.
Chickens.
Now it's minus 1 to hit the robot chickens, and your splinter weaponry was wounding on 6s anyway.
Yeah.
So you only did 1 wound. And that's the end of your shooting phase.
Yeah.
So at the end of your shooting phase, you actually killed no units, so you don't get a point for killing anything. In fact, I think the explosion of my robot going boom did more damage to me than it did to... Yeah, that's the most damage that happened in this entire turn. But I do have some leadership to do. Now, he lost 2, but his leadership is 8 is fine. The priests have a leadership of 8. I lost 3 there. Don't roll a 6. I don't roll a 6. And then I lost 3 in this squad and 3 in this squad in the Vanguard squads. And their leadership 7. So the squad on the left is 3 plus 3 is 6. So they hold. The squad on the right. 3 plus 6 is 9.
Yeah. Do
leadership
you have
7.
A data doodad, which
No.
allows them to reroll?
Yes. So I would lose 2 from this squad here, but they're within 3 inches of one of these Onager Dune Crawlers. So I only lose 1. It pluses 1 to their leadership. That is the end of Dark Eldar turn 1. You get 2 points for all those objectives though, and D3 points for supremacy. You have a tremendous amount of ball control. Oh dear. So that's only 1 for that one, but it is 3 points to 2 in favour of the Dark Eldar. However, I have defended this objective here. So it's 3 points to 4 in favour of the Admech. The Admech are 1 point in the lead as we go on to turn 2. I'm ditching advance. Here are the new orders that Belisarius Cooler, aka Designate 17, bellows out over the new sphere. Psychological warfare still in my head. Find that Archon, Kingslayer, take him down, and get behind enemy lines. Now, for my countercalls, I rolled a double 3. You can only modify one of the dice rolls, so not both. So I am on a 4. I am on Shroud's Arm. And so with Shroud's Arm, in effect, I count as though I'm in cover. So the infiltrators, which are behind enemy lines, will get a +1 to their save. It only gives them a 3-up save, though. And yes, they're going to die because they're back deep in the enemy lines, but it will draw some of the force or some of the firepower or some of the units away from my frontline assault. And the plan is Uzi the Witches. And now, behind enemy lines would have been the only point that I get this turn if I don't actually kill stuff. So the plan is to kill stuff. The priests want to charge that venom to get their 5-up save to a 3-up invulnerable. And then I'm spread out all across the line, rebuilding some of the screens that got detonated last turn. Designate 17 has healed himself and put 3 wounds on the robot in front of him. This Dominus has healed that Einstrider Balistari, and the Dragoon round here on 1 wound left was healed by the Tech Priest Engine Seer. I have kept the infiltrators, not the infiltrators, the Rustalkers here. Look, there's Drazar, an Incubi there. I'm going to go charging in with the Dragoons. Crack open a Venom, maybe. And then they're going to get countercharged by the punchy punch of the Dark Eldar. They might not be there after the Dark Eldar counterpunch. So I punch you, then you counterpunch me, and here's my counterpunch to your counterpunch.
Yeah.
Ready to run round and jump out and jump on you. I didn't want them there because then they could get lit up and die before I have a chance to counterpunch or counterpunch. So that's the plan with them. Staying cagey with them, pushing forward everywhere, and getting ready to pull the trigger. Last pistol from the Tech Priest didn't do anything. Then Protector Doctrina Imperatives one more time on this Ironstrider Balistari. We have been rolling for your stealing command points.
Yeah, it's not gone well. I can't roll 6s for that at all.
So let's put the last 4 shots into that injured Ravager, hitting on 2s and wounding it on 3s. So I get 3 wounds through there. -1, 2 damage,
so
sir.
5s.
Oh,
It's dead.
it's 4 down. Well, you got Black Heart saves. I don't know how many wounds I've got left.
It's only got 1, so
Okay,
it's died.
it's dead.
Does it explode?
Yes.
No.
So 1 Ravager down, and there's a point. After the Ironstrider Balistari fired, then I fired with all of the galvanic rifles from these 2 units of Skitarii Rangers, and we thought we'd do it off camera because I thought it wouldn't do too much damage.
Yeah, it actually did quite a bit.
And then, and then I fired the Volkite Blaster from my Tech Priest Dominus as well, which on 6s does mortal wounds in addition. Long story short, I stripped 5 wounds off that flyer. I guess I've got the re-rolling ones to hit here anyway, and you only have a 4-up save. So that's this pile fired. I've taken out a Ravager, I've injured that flyer, and now we're coming across to the big castle over here. So I've got some shots from galvanic rifles here which can reach out and touch that venom, and a arc rifle which can hit the venom as well. And I am in re-roll range of Designate 17. So here's the arc rifle which hits on a 4, and I can re-roll, and it is strength 6, and it wounds. It's AP -1.
So a 5.
And it does D3 damage against a vehicle because it's electricity. It does 3 damage.
6s. Takes 2.
Then the remaining galvanic rifle shots flicked out and did nothing. Now I'm onto this squad here. There is an arc rifle in this squad doing the same thing. And I'll put the radium carbines into it as well. So here's... Oh, and I'm in rapid fire this time. So force to hit. Yay. And strength 6. These are toughness 5, right?
Yeah.
I feel they should be toughness 6. I do 2 wounds at -1.
So 5s.
Oh dear.
Nope.
And each of these does D3 damage because it's a vehicle. There's 5 damage.
I have 5.
You need to make 2 6s to keep it alive.
Nope.
That's a dead vehicle. It gets electrocuted.
Does it pop? Nope.
Guys inside?
They're all alive.
They all stop, drop and roll. See, I think the thing is, typically a strength 6 gun versus vehicles is not very effective, but when you've got toughness 5 vehicles, let's face it, which is pretty rare, the arc rifle all of a sudden is quite effective.
It's really effective.
Hobnobs, it's really effective versus Dark Angels vehicles. So this unit here will fire in. Let's do the radium carbines because we haven't shown one of them on camera. 3s to hit, re-rolling because of Designate 17. And it is strength 3 versus toughness 3, so it's forced to wound. I do 2 wounds against the Cabalites.
Any minus?
No minus.
So 5s. 1.
1 damage, yep.
That's true.
Okay, it's on 6s to wound with radiant weapons, it does 2 damage instead of 1. And then the arc rifle will fire out, and I reroll, because the unit is in reroll range. 1 hit, it is strength 6. It doesn't wound. See, against vehicles it's fine, but against little guys, I electrocuted you, but he's a Dark Eldar, he probably liked the tickle.
Yeah.
There's 2 Vanguard here that can see them as well, so they will fire in. We are still in re-roll range, hitting on 3s. The thing about these arc rifles is they're 3 shots each. And strength 3, wounding on 4s. Yeah. Only 1 wound, no AP.
5, goes through. 6, yeah.
Now we're going from this side of the battle grid, coming all the way around the back to Uzis into Witches, Flechette Blasters into Witches.
I feel like I'm going to spend 2 command points for lightning fast reflexes.
I'm spending 2 command points on Wrath of Mars.
Which gives you the...
It's on 6s to wound, do mortal wounds in addition. So that'll be 4s to hit instead of 3s to hit. So 2 command points on lightning fast reflexes. You've got a command point back.
Yep.
Yay. So this will be 4s, but they have 5 shots each, these Flechette Blasters. 4s. Joe, I rolled 7 3s, so that's saved you 7 times.
I know.
Right, these things are only strength 3 as well, and your toughness 3.
Yep.
So I'm wounding you on 4s.
Yep.
But 6s do mortal wounds in addition, and there's 2 6s.
So.
And the rest are all AP dash. So that's it.
Right, so...
No, in addition. You need to save them as well.
So they've got 5 up saves.
Which becomes 4 up because you're in cover.
Ooh.
Okay.
So that's 3 plus the mortal wound.
Plus the
so
2
6s.
2 mortal wounds. I killed 5.
Killed 5.
It could have been better. Right, I really want some of those witches dead so they just don't turn around and jump on my infiltrators and kill them all. And then I got down and had a look at the remaining stuff that can shoot and see. So it turns out that the Onaga Dune Crawlers over here can't see them because there's walls and venoms in the way. Now this one can see with a neutron laser. The Cognis Heavy Stubbers are just out of range of the witches. So there's no point shooting at the witches. So we're going to start with this guy, this Onaga Dune Crawler. I can't see through the wall to that venom or those guys. I can see up at that flyer. But we know what it's like hit. Mind you, they're -1 to hit and the venoms are -1 to hit. They're both -1 to hit. So I'm going to put, and that venom's on 2 wounds, 1 wound?
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Let's put everything into the flyer. Cognis Heavy Stubbers hitting on 4s. And did I roll too many of this? No, it's 6 dice, that's right. And re-rolling. And then I'm wounding on 5s. 1, no AP.
Goes through.
Takes a wound.
6. Nope.
Takes a wound, so it's down to 7 left.
Yep.
And then neutron laser. Of course it's 1 shot. Hitting on a 4. It hits. It wounds at -4.
5 up. Nope.
D6 damage, minimum 3. For 6, it's the fat 6. So on 7 wounds left though, this will not kill it. 6 up, feel no pains, power from pains.
All go through.
It's all 1 wound left. So it'd be rude not to shoot it with the other Onaga Dune Crawler, but can it see? Joe, that's like the most perfect placement ever. I can't see it. I'm sure that's strategic genius on your part.
I hope so.
It turns out that the only one that this one can see now is the other flyer. So let's put all the shots into the flyer over here. Yeah. Cognis, Stubbers, 4s, re-rolling, and 5s to wound. And I do 2 wounds. 2 wounds, no AP. And you fail 1 save, and you fail, yeah. So
it's down to 3.
3 left. Oh yeah, because I tickled it earlier with the infantry units. So D3 shots from the neutron laser. This is a minimum 3 damage weapon. I just need 1 of these to get through. So this is 3 shots, hitting on 4s with a reroll. Strength, they all hit.
Wounding on 3.
Strength 10. Only 1 wound.
Oh.
You have a 5 up and vulnerable save?
Warm it up. I'm going to re-roll that one.
You're going to command point reroll?
Command point reroll.
Okay, good luck.
Nope.
That didn't help. And this does D6 damage, minimum 3. It only does 3, so if you make 1 6 up, power from pain, the
one
flyer...
wound left.
and you make one of them. So that flyer's on 1 wound left, that flyer's on 1 wound left. They're steaming, trailing smoke, but they're not out of the fight yet. But Joe, I have one Onager Dunecrawler left. And split and fire always works. So I'm going to put the Cognus Stubbers into the flyer and the Neutron Laser into Venom.
Oh dear.
Cognus Stubbers into flyer. 4s to hit with the rerolls. 5 hits. And wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. Just 2 wounds on a 1 wound flyer.
4 is it?
You failed them both.
Oh dear.
Double 6s.
Double
box
6
scars.
coming up. Nope.
We have a Razor Wing down. We have a Razor Wing
Does
down.
he explode? He does.
There is explosions happening.
He does D3 mortal wounds to your Dooders.
For 1, which I ignore on a 5. Do I do D3 to your Dooders?
Oh yeah.
How big is the explosion?
6 inches.
2 mortal wounds to your Dooders, which you ignore on 6s. Models from both factions killed there. And now the Neutron Laser into the Venom. D3 shots. 1 shot. Hitting on a 4. Wounding on a 2.
Oh.
Command point. Oh no. Okay, so the Dakar bot is going to fire... 1 minute. I was going to say fire at the Venom there because the Neutron Laser just missed and I spent a command point on it. But that flyer's probably more killy.
Yes.
So I'm thinking I'll fire at the flyer because this one model, because he's firing twice, has got 18 shots. So let's fire him 18 times up at that flyer there. He hits on 5s though, because it's -1 to hit, because you're hard to hit. But I do re-roll everything. 4 so far, here's the re-roll. 7 hits at toughness 6, strength 6 is forced to wound. I think I just did 5 wounds.
Yeah.
At -2.
All the 5s coming at you.
Well, that's a good effort.
That was.
So 2 6s will keep you alive.
Come on.
And 1 wound left.
Nope.
No. And we have a Razor Wing down. We have a Razor Wing down.
Does he pop? No.
This one does not explode. This one just spirals off and crashes in a forlorn part of the city. Then the guns of the Penitent Forge fall silent. That is the end of their shooting phase. I've killed a Venom and 2 of the planes and a Ravager. With no quarter given, that'll be 4 points. So now I need to make a charge. The priests are going to charge these Cabalites here, but I'm in a crater, so it's -2 to my charge roll. I need 11. And that's a fail. And there's some Overwatch. The Overwatch failed to damage, and then we're coming across to this unit here, the Dragoons, charging that Venom. And that passes. Now round here, we'll do the Overwatch in a second. This Dragoon is going to attempt to charge that Venom, but I'm going through an obstacle, tank tracks, and I'm a vehicle, so this will actually half my charge range. And 7, that's a 3.5 inch charge. I'm going to fail that one. No damage on Overwatch. We have 2 Dragoons fighting that Venom there. This one is within an inch of that one. So what happens is these guys hit on 3s typically.
Yeah. And
I've spent a command point on Conqueror, Doctrina, Imperative, which means I'm hitting on 2s, but my Taser Lancers explode on 4s. So it is 2s to hit, and I can reroll failed hits because of his Omniscient Mask. And every 4+ counts as 3 hits. Dude, out of 6 hits, I hit you 16 times.
That's not maths.
The electrical motive force is just flickering down those Taser Lancers, and I am strength 8. So I'm wounding that little Venom on a 3. 9 saves of 5 up to make, though. It's only -1, but it does do 2 damage. 5s? That was 12 damage. You need 7 6s. Power from 8's dead.
Oh, it's dead.
Does it bloom?
Does it explode?
Explosion. We have an explosion.
It does 1 mortal wound within 3 inches.
Okay. So do you want to power from pain it, or are you gonna...
Yeah, I'll power from pain that one.
Okay.
And then...
Oh, you're fine. And you're doing mortal wound to one of my robots.
Yep.
And then is there guys inside that one as well?
There is 5 guys.
Okay. And you're
1 dice.
1 dice. It looks like this after that attack. I can't consolidate through the building because I'm a vehicle and I can't go directly through walls of ruins. And that's the end of my turn. And that is the 5th casualty that the Cabal of the Black Heart has taken in this turn. Failed charge over there with the priests. And I couldn't charge with the infiltrators here after oozing into the witches because you who drew the closest ones away. Then we ran through the morale phase for the Cabal of the Black Heart. They passed everywhere they had to take one, and that is the end of Admech turn 2. Now I killed 5 things, Joe.
It's an uphill climb now.
And I got behind enemy lines. So that's 6 points. So it's 6 points to 3 in favour of the Admech. And the Dark Eldar have Venoms and Ravagers and... interesting. Let's find out what they do in Dark Eldar, turn 2. Here are the orders for the Cabal of the Black Heart. Assassinate, kill a character. I prefer to think of it as drag a character back to the slave pits. There'll be a point. Defend 6, which they're on. Secure 2 is going to be trickier though. That's deep in the Penitent Forge lines. 10 points to 3. The Cabal are 7 points behind. However, there's plenty of opportunities for them to score points this turn. This Archon is turning around and is going to take on the Infiltrators by himself. It's going to be supported by some firepower from these Cabalites here. Now, I don't expect them to be long for this world. And remember, we're going to get a point for everything we kill. So that should be a unit dead. You're defending that objective there. Then round here, there's a unit of 2 here. There's a unit of 3 there. And we have Venoms and Cabalites moving up. This one is still loaded and ready for bear. Over here, the Warlord of the Cabalites is stood here next to the Raveners and the injured Venom that should be dead, hopped up and over, and you've got the reroll hits and reroll wound aura there. And there are just infantry in front of you. And that Iron Strider's on 5 wounds left. So there's another potential kill point. So potential kill points all the way across, and if the Witches make the charge as well. I don't expect them to kill the priests in one round of combat, but they can certainly drag them down and make them pay. And also, with the Power from Pain table, you've got your 6 up, feel no pain, you're hitting on 2s in close combat, and you're re-rolling charges.
Yes.
So the Witches are angry right now. And they got, what combat drugs did you give them?
I gave them the one that gives them +1 strength, so they're strength 4.
Okay, and Electro Priests are toughness 3, so you're wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
Hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s.
They've got 2 attacks each.
Yes.
The Knife gives them an extra attack.
3 attacks.
And Cult of Strife gives them +1 on the charge.
Okay, so 4 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
With a reroll charge. Yeah, they should be able to do some work. I don't know if they can kill them all, but they should be able to do some work. Talking about doing some work, Drazar, the Master of Blades, leads his Incubi mercenaries forward to take on these Dragoons, and you have Assassinate in your hand.
Yeah.
You want to drag someone back to the pits of Cormorant. And there's a Tech Priest Engineer there, looking at these killers and wondering, well, maybe he shouldn't have come to this place. And then finally, the Venom that was there, which is still loaded up and with Cabalites, has swung round this side. So it's still a long way over for the Cabalites and plenty of opportunities for them to cut this Admech force apart piece by piece. Let's go on to the shooting phase. So we're going to start down here with the Venom, and the passengers are going to fire everything they can into the Rust Stalkers. Some in rapid fire range, some not.
Hitting on 3s.
Yes.
And then wounding on 4s.
Because it's poisoned. So that's a lot of wounds. Shroud Arm is in effect, so I do have a 3-up save. And they do have 2 wounds each. They're only toughness 3 with 2 wounds each, but I lose... Oh no, I need to take a wound.
And then the Blaster.
Okay. Bang.
Wounds on a 2.
That's a lot of firepower, and you only hurt one of them.
Yeah.
So we're coming round here. Do Incubi have guns?
No, it's a harsh language.
Oh, okay, so they're shouting at these things. What about the Cabalites?
So the Cabalites, they wound vehicles and 6s. We're not worried about that, but they will fire the Blaster into the lone...
The unit of 1?
The unit of 1.
Okay, 4s.
Reroll.
Because of your Archon.
Misses.
And that misses.
Solid.
Oh dear. Not going well so far. So Ravager number 1 is going into the Iron Strider. This will work. This is 3s to hit.
Yep.
Rerolling the 1. Okay, so that's good. That's 8 out of 9 hits. Winning on 5s, however. And rerolling that 1. Actually, that's quite a lot of wounds. And it's AP -3.
Yep.
So I need my 6-up bionic saves. And I fail them all. That walker goes down, which blows up. It doesn't blow up, and that will be a kill point. And that's some of my long-range firepower taken out. Right, where we go next, Joe?
This Ravager here will shoot the lone chicken.
Okay.
Hitting on 4s now, isn't it?
Yes. It's because of his incense cloud. He's a cloud of incense. holy oils, unguents, things like that.
5s, reroll the 1.
No, that's okay, that's good. So these are -3 as well, so I need 6s to protect it. I get 2 6s, it's actually on 2 wounds left. So the venom, there's a blaster inside there in the Cabalite squad. It's going to lash out and try and take the last wound off this dragoon. Yep. And then all the poison shots from the passengers and the venom itself is going to go into this front rank of rangers here. Where are we starting,
so
sir?
We'll do the single blaster.
Okay, these never hit. Oh, it hits!
It's a hit.
It hits.
A 3.
And it wounds. It's AP minus gazillion. I need a 6. I don't get a 6.
That's D6 damage.
2 wounds left. You do take out the dragoon, which blows up on us. It does blow up. It does do 1 mortal wound. Command point. It doesn't blow up. And the reason why I spent that command point is because I know you've got Assassinate in your hand, and I'm trying to make that as hard as possible. Right, now we're doing the guys inside at the same time as the venom into the rangers?
Because the venom gets rerolls, whereas the guys inside don't.
Okay.
So, guys inside.
Yes. 3s to hit.
Ooh.
And 4s to wound with their poisoned weaponry. Because I know that we're more machine than man, but we've still got some fleshy bits. So 3s because of Shroud's Arm. You take out 2 of them.
That's not bad at all.
And then the re-rolls from the venom.
Yep, so 10 shots.
9 hit.
9. I can live with
Every
that.
time you're successful in the shooting phase, I double check it.
And then reroll the 1. There we go.
Okay.
So 5.
5. 3 guys left. 3 up saves. You can only kill 1 more. There's 2 left in that squad. From the firepower up the central roadway, we went back deep into the Dark Eldar deployment zone, and there was some firepower from the Archon and this unit of Cabalites that came out against the infiltrators. You've killed 2, which is interesting because the charge from the Archon is now terrifying. Then over here, there's a 2-man squad trying to get another kill point by picking on these 2 Vanguard here. Yep. Were we firing first?
So the splinter rifles.
Yes.
1 hit.
Okay.
Wounding on a 4. No.
Doesn't wound.
And then a blaster hits. Wounds on a 2. -3.
I have a 6-up bionics, which I make. It just bounces off a bit of my steel hide.
So
I am disgusting and resilient.
I think what I'll do is I have everyone inside here.
Yes.
Shoot at them.
Okay.
And then the guns from that at the 5-man squad there.
Okay. So everyone inside first at the 2-man squad. Is there a blaster in there?
There is.
Why don't you fire a blaster at the machine?
That's a good idea. We'll shoot the blaster at the robot.
Okay. Hashtag don't listen to Winters.
Yeah. So blaster.
Okay. It hits.
A 3.
It wounds. I have a 5-up invulnerable save, a Mantis Force Field, which I failed. D6 damage. 2. It's not a critical hit. So that one will be on 9 wounds. This one is on 9 wounds. D17 will have some healing to do. Splinter rifles from inside, hitting on 3s and wounding on 4s. Ooh. Okay, so 4 wounds. I have 3-up saves. I fail only 1. There's 1 guy left alive. No, 1 minute. He's the arc. Yeah, I'll leave the arc rifle there.
And then 10 shots from the other one at that squad.
Yes. 3's to hit. That's really bad.
That is really bad.
You only hit 4 times.
And then wounding 4 times. 3 times.
3 times. 3-up saves. You kill 2 in that squad. It's the other way around. You need to kill 2 in that squad. And with that, the guns of the Dark Eldar fall silent. At the end of the shooting phase, they've only actually killed 1 thing so far, which is the Dragoon. Then we moved on to the charge phase. Charges declared from that side of the battle grid to this side of the battle grid. I've done all the Overwatch and nothing happened. So now we have a charge. He's going to go through the ruin rather than over the obstacle because it would slow him down. So and that 6 is enough going through the ruin. And then we said witches.
Witches into these boys.
Yes.
But we get to reroll.
Because of your power from pain. 5? Can you get within an inch? Now the witches actually fail the charge, but Lilith could do it. She needs an 11. And that's a 10.
Ooh, I'll spend a command point and try and reroll this one.
Okay.
Right. No.
No. Next up, we said over here. The
next one, Archon into these.
Yeah, just don't roll snake eyes, you're all right. Yes, he's in, he's angry.
And then 5.
And then we came all the way down here, didn't we?
Yeah, then we'll have Drazar. He will charge the chickens and the 1 man.
Okay.
Come on.
Drazar goes 7, and he's right behind the wall, so I think that Engineer is in trouble. And so Drazar makes it into combat with the Engineer and the Dragoons. Then the Incubi came charging through as well. And we're starting down here.
Yeah.
So what's going on? You're spending command points.
So I spent 1 command point to give them the rampage. So on the roll of a 6 to hit, it scores an additional hit on top.
Okay.
And they're strength 4, so
Right.
it'd usually be wounding on 5s.
Yes.
But Drazar gives them +1 to wound, so I'm wounding on 4s.
Okay. Are you hitting on 2s now as well?
I'm hitting on 3s because I don't get the +1 to the turn.
Okay, because you're not Cabal of the Black Heart. Yeah. Okay, so hitting on 3s. Right, so you rolled 4 6s, so you get 4 additional hits.
Yep.
And then this is +1 to wound.
Yeah.
So you're wounding on 4s.
Yeah, and rolls of a 6 become damage 3.
Okay.
Instead of damage 1.
Roll of oh, right.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few 6s. So these are damage 3. These are damage 1.
Yep.
AP.
-3.
Really?
Yeah.
So I need 6s on my Barnex to save. So that's 1 dead. 1 takes 3 wounds.
Yeah.
And 1's got 3 wounds left. So I need to make lots of 6s. I don't make any. Right. So you do take out the 2 Dragoons, which blow up, which don't blow up.
No.
And that's another kill point. The Incubi consolidate forward, and now Drazar seeks to assassinate Mind Tech Priest Engineer.
When he charges, he gets to attack twice.
Does he?
So I'll do the first round.
How very corn of him.
I know. He does. He just loves to fight.
Okay.
So I'll use, because you're toughness 3, aren't you?
Yes.
So I'll use his basic.
Engineer might be a toughness 4. He is toughness 4. He's got a bit more metal in him.
Yeah. So Drazar's strength 4 basic.
Okay.
So I'll be wounding on 4s, but he gives himself the +1 to wound.
Okay.
So he's wounding on 3s.
Okay.
So the first round of attacks.
Yes.
Hit him on 2s.
Brilliant.
All hit.
Does the 6 not do anything?
No, I didn't. I don't know. But on the so he's wounding on 3s.
Yes.
So the roll of a 6 to wound goes from damage 2 to damage 4.
Brilliant. Okay, so these are damage 4.
Yes.
AP minus gazillion.
3.
So I need to make 6s refract. No.
No.
No. You have assassinated, or rather, you have dragged him to a place he really doesn't want to go. And I like what you did with the consolidation there. It means that I can't target Drazar.
Yeah.
That's very pro. I like it. Right, where are we going next?
Over here.
Yes.
Mr. the Archon.
Yes. See, I'm not paying to interrupt because you got your 2-up Shadowfield invulnerable save.
Yes.
So there's just no point.
So
Mr. Archon's got a what now?
So he's got 5 attacks.
Yes.
He's strength 4, -2 D3 damage.
Right.
So
Okay.
hit on 2s.
Hits every single time. Toughness 3.
So 3s.
Minus what?
-2.
6s? I make 1. How much?
D3 damage.
They've got 2 wounds each.
So the first one.
Ouch.
2. Second one.
Not dead.
I'll re-roll that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is dead.
And then the last one.
Okay, yeah, he kills that unit entirely on his own, and that's another kill point. Now, I knew they would die when I dropped them there for behind enemy lines. I was just trying to sow confusion in the Dark Eldar lines, but let's face it, that was not a lot of confusion. So, meanwhile, over here we have the Cabalites trying to take out this one last Skitarii Alpha. So you've jumped over, you're in, you're attacking.
So, hitting on 2s.
Yes.
1.
Because of power from pain.
All
nice.
hit.
Strength 3.
So 4s.
Toughness 3.
1 wound.
AP.
Nothing.
I fail to save. He dies as well. And that unit consolidates forward, and that's the 5th thing that you killed, plus assassinate by taking out that Tech Priest Engineer, which is 6 points. So it was 10 points to 3, but all of a sudden it's 10 points to 9. And you're defending that objective there. So at the end of my turn, you're going to get a couple more points as well. We knew it would be a high point scoring game, but in turn 2, 10 points to 9. That's just crazy. Failing the charge with the witches over here, this may come back and haunt you.
I imagine so.
Are you still hitting on 2s when I charge you?
Now, yes.
Yeah, so you're just flat hitting on 2s no matter what.
Yeah.
I might have to soften them up with some firepower first. But I've got Venoms and Cabalites in my lines, which I'll need to deal with before they end up banging into some of my vehicles. it's going to be interesting to see the line of fire to try and take on those Ravagers there. Maybe 1 or 2 Onagers might actually be able to find some firepower, some firing lanes through. What I'm thinking is you're pretty strong on this flank now.
Yeah.
And I'm very strong on this flank now. And at 10 points to 9, it's still anyone's game as we go on to Admech turn 3. Here are my orders. I ditched Kingslayer. I've got Psychological Warfare still and Secure 2 and Defend 6, which is interesting because you've got Defend 6 and Secure 2 as well. We're after the same things. And my Canticles are Shroud Psalm and reroll hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase. Here we are after the Admech movement phase. I am securing 2, but I won't get Psychological Warfare now because the Cabalites of the Black Heart are now fearless.
Yep.
As for defending Objective 6, it's deep within the Cabalites' lines. I'm very unlikely to get it. So what I've done back here is screen again, move some units around, screening as best as I can in front of my shooter units, and Designate 17 has healed the robot back up to full wounds. Need to kill this unit here, that'll get me a point. And so I've strung along with this unit. There's some guns that can come in, and this unit have come around the cover. They're going boo, and they'll shoot you in the back. Meanwhile, the priests push their advantage forward. There's 17 of them there, and they have the opportunity to do mortal wounds in close combat. The idea is just kill one thing, please, and they'll be fairly unkillable for the rest of the game. Backed up with the firepower from the neutron lasers and the Dakar bots here. Then over on my weaker left flank, I have infantry, which are staring down Drazar, the Master of Blades, and the Incubi. So let's start off by shooting at them. This one ranger is going to fire at that venom, but the other 4 rangers can fire up into the Incubi. The shot against the venom bounced the other 4 shots up at the Incubi. Only 2 hit. I'm strength 4. You are toughness 3, right, still? That does wound at -1 with a galvanic rifle. 6 is to wound or AP -1.
So you've got a 3-up save, so it becomes a 4.
It doesn't kill him. And then the Volkite Blaster from the Tech Priest engine sit. 1 minute. Can he see? Yes, he can. It's heavy. He moved. So 3s. And it is strength 6.
It's 2s.
2 wounds. No AP though.
So 3s.
Volkite weaponry is supposed to be really, really hot. The idea is it's like phosphor. It burns and then burns and then burns, which is why the 6 on does mortal wounds in addition. But it should be AP something.
We're super live, you know.
What?
Super live.
Dodge to the left.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll dodge this. 2 more shots from galvanic rifles. 1 in rapid fire range, 1 not. 2 hits. 1 wound. And you're still live. Still liveness is happening. And then I've got these 5 shots firing up at a venom. And that bounced. So we're coming across here. I need a kill point. Let's kill these guys. Let's kill them dead. So from this, mind you, their shots could go up against the witches. So let's start off with this unit. I'll fire the arc rifle across at the venom. And the 9 shots, because they're 3 shots each, into the Cabalites. And I've got rerolls because I'm in Designate 17. Is whispering through the noosphere. Targeting data. Force to wound. Just 2 wounds. So, +1 armor save because you're in the cover.
So 4s, 1, and a 6. Oh.
They're alive still. And then the arc rifle. Just checking there, not in rapid fire range. Hits. Doesn't wound. Ooh. Okay. Right, this squad will do the same thing. All the shots into the little guy's arc rifle into the venom. Arc rifle. Hits. Doesn't wound. Radium carbines. These are irradiation rounds. It's basically like miniature depleted uranium. That's the word. But they're only strength 3, so it's only tiny little bits of radiation.
Little bitty bits.
But 6s to wound do 2 damage. So that was a... Any 6s?
Yeah, 1. So I'll do that one first.
Yes.
4 up. It's fine. And then these ones. 1. And then a 6. Oh, 1 dies.
So there's 1 still alive?
Yeah.
1 still left alive. I've got Honor Jejune Crawlers that can put Cognus Heavy Stubbers into them. So this unit of 3 will fire up at the witches. I need to soften them up a little bit before this charge. Here's the radium carbines, but I'm not in reroll range anymore. It is force to wound. 2 wounds. One does 2 damage.
So
one does...
5 up goes through, and the other one goes through. So that's 3. Oh no, so
one does 2 damage, one does 1 damage.
So 1's dead, 2 dead.
Kill a witch, and then Anna arc rifle hits. Wounds at -1, and it does 1 damage. New.
No.
So I kill 3 witches in total. And now we're going to come across to the big guns. Right, Onager number 1, 6 Cognis shots into 1 guy. And a big neutron laser into the venom.
I like it.
So here's the overkill. Here's the 6 Cognis shots. Mind you, only 2 of them hit. With the reroll. 3 of them hit in the end. I am strength 4 now.
3s.
So only 2 wounds. Interesting.
Minus.
No AP, no AP. 4s. And he makes it. He dodges. Or he buries himself in the rubble there.
Yep.
Neutron laser, D3 shots into venom. 1 shot, of course it's 1 shot. Hitting on a 4 because it's a venom. Re-rolling because of my... Well, oh, okay. So all the shots from that Onager Dunecrawler, this tank killer, go wide. So the second one probably will have to do the same thing. Only it turns out I can't see this little guy. There is a big wall in the way. So I'm going to have to put all the shots from this Onager into this venom. D3 shots with a neutron laser, 2 shots, hitting on 4s because you're a venom, re-rolling because of designate 17. 1 hit.
2.
Wounds, minus
-5.
gazillion.
Nope.
D6 damage for 3 damage.
2 goes through.
So it's got 4 wounds left and then 2 shots with the stubbers come through and you make both of those saves.
Okay.
So this venom has taken multiple hits from these Onagers and is still chugging. Then we moved on to Onager number 3 and line of sight is a thing. The only thing I could really reach out and see are the witches. So I put anti-tank rounds into the witches and...
it did nothing.
It did nothing.
Literally nothing.
So this turn, last turn the Onagers did really well. This turn they whiffed. I need to kill something. So I'm spending 2 command points on Wrath of Mars. The robot can see through the doorway and hit that venom there.
Yeah.
So it's 5s to hit him, firing twice and re-rolling everything. 3 hits so far, here's the re-rolls. 8 hits, 3's to wound, and 6 do mortal wounds in addition.
So 2 mortal wounds.
And it's AP -2.
So it's going to be very dead.
Yes. Unless you roll a bunch of 6s. No. And that is the one on a couple of wounds left, right?
He's got 2 wounds left. So he's died. Does he
Yes.
explode?
No.
No. And then there's 5 guys inside.
And they all get out. They're okay. That's it for my shooting phase. At the end of the last turn's shooting phase, I killed a gazillion stuff. But this turn I killed a venom. Just a venom. So now, just like you killing not very much in the shooting phase, I'm going to need to make it up in the combat phase. So I think what I'm going to do is charge this little chap here. I'll charge your witches with my Screaming Priests of Doom. And I will charge Incubi. Mind you, then Drazar's going to... But I've got to do it. I've got to charge the Ruststalkers into Incubi as well. I might be feeding you a point here, but... well, yeah, let's do it. Then we did the charge phase. I charged in with this unit of 3 here. Didn't want to charge in with any of the other units because they're screening my shooty stuff. So 3 Vanguard versus a Cabalite, maybe. Then the Screaming Priests made it in, flickering with Electro Force. And then I rolled Snake Eyes on the charge for my Ruststalkers. And so I command point reroll and failed to charge anyway. So it's a bit of a moot point about whether I want to get in combat with you or not, because clearly I want to, but they don't want to.
No, they're not keen on it.
They're not keen. So let's go on to the fight phase. So we're coming back up to this side of the battle grid where Lilith Hesprix has heroically intervened into the unit of Fulgrite Electro Beasts here. Now, at the end of their charge phase, you roll a d6 for every model in the unit that charged. I've got 16 models there. And on 6s, they do mortal wounds. And I've rolled 4 6s. 5 6s. Whoa.
And then 6 that feel no pains?
Yes.
None.
5 of them die as electricity just flickers through them. So then I pile in at the start of the fight phase, and it turns out I've only got 5 models now that can strike those 2 witches. And you were thinking about spending a couple of points on lightning fast reflexes.
I was thinking about lightning fasting because you've only got 10 attacks. But
yes.
Even if you get 5 through and roll 1 or 2 6s, they're dead anyway.
Yeah, these guys on 6s to wound do mortal wounds instead of.
Yeah.
So 5 guys, 2 attacks each, 10 attacks, hitting on 3s. And that's 8 hits. I'm strength 5, but I'm really looking for those 6s because witches have a 4-up and vulnerable save.
They do, yeah.
Because they're just so quick. They dodge right or left. But can they dodge electricity? That'll do a mortal wound in addition.
Yep.
D3 mortal wounds in addition.
So
I'll roll the D3 mortal wounds for 1. Which you get powerful pain from.
Yeah. Goes through.
Okay. And then all of the... Oh, no, yeah. 4-up and vulnerable saves on those lot.
Is that in addition?
6 4-ups.
She's very dead.
Yes. And all of these does D3, so multiple 6s power from pains. And interestingly enough, because they've killed something in the fight phase, I have a 3-up and vulnerable save now for the remainder of the game. Are you defending that objective? Yes. You are defending that objective.
Yeah.
I'm now contesting that objective.
Yeah, Lilith has to go turbo.
That failed charge was big.
Yeah.
The priest now scrambling towards you, flickering with electricity, contesting the objective that you're defending. Interesting. Now we come back here to the Alpha and the Vanguard hitting your Cabalite warrior.
Yep.
I hit you on 4s, however, but I am saturated in radiation, so you lose one of your toughnesses.
I do.
So your toughness 3 goes down to toughness 2.
2, yeah.
So I'm wounding you on 3s. I wound you twice.
5s. Oh, double 6, please.
No. And they drag that Cabalite down. The Vanguard now man the barricade. That's the 3rd unit I've killed, and that's the end of the fight phase for the Admech. We're now moving on to Lilith, who heroically intervened and is attacking these priests on her own. How many attacks does she get, Joe?
So she gets 6 attacks normally.
Yes.
Well, she gets 4 attacks based, 1 for heroic intervening and 1 for having paired blades.
Yes.
She's currently +1 strength, so she's wounding you on 3s.
Yeah.
And every roll of a 5 and 6 to hit is like Tesla, so I get 3
3 hits. Okay, so, brilliant. Okay. So 2s to hit. And then
you roll the 1.
Okay. Whoa, so each of these is 3 hits.
Yes.
So she's got 4 attacks on her data sheet, but she ended up with 14 hits.
Yep. Wounding on 3s.
Brilliant. That's not so great. But it's AP minus gazillion.
It's -4, but you got your 3-up invuln.
I got my 3-up invuln. I killed something. Yeah. So 3-up invuln. And how much damage does it do?
Just the 1.
Just the 1. So I have 5-up feel no pain.
Yeah.
I lose 2 guys.
And then she gets to attack with her hair.
Does she? Her what now?
Her hair.
So
her hair,
yes,
it's got little sticks and pins in it.
Razor blades.
Yeah, and then she whips it back and forth, like the song. And then...
Do that head jiggle again?
She does that.
Oh, right, that's good.
Yeah. And she still gets the same rule with her hair.
Right.
So she's hitting on 2s,
brilliant,
which explode.
Her hair has 2 attacks.
Yeah. And then she wounds you twice with it.
Okay, so I've lost 2 so far, and I save that. The hair doesn't flicker through. No. It hits the votive shield, the shield, and just probably gives it a crisp.
Yeah.
Probably ruined her hairdo.
Yeah.
So I'm leadership 8. I'm okay there. We did do the leadership last turn. I actually we remembered it. So there is actually no leadership to take anywhere this turn. And last turn I killed a chunk of stuff, but this turn I killed 1, 2, 3 things. I killed the priest, killed a Venetic, killed 3 things. I am securing this objective though.
Yeah.
Which is 4 points, which does make it 14 points to 9.
Yeah. And you've stopped me from...
Stopped you defending that one.
Yeah.
And curiously enough, if I end up spilling onto there next turn, I might keep that defend objective 6 in my hand, because as soon as you attack me, then I can pile in and outnumber you on that objective.
Yeah.
Mind you, 1 minute, are those Cabalite warriors within 3 of the centre? Because they're troops, and if they are... Yes, I take it all back. So I got 4, so it's 14. You get 2 points. They're troops, you're in range, so you get 2 points. You have defended it. It's 14-11.
Yeah.
But I'm probably going to defend that objective now, because all you have to do is keep some... I need to think about it. However, I am now scrabbling deep in your lines. I've managed to repel the firepower on this flank, I'm still worried about this flank over here. It's still a very close and very bloody game as we head on to Drakari. Turn 3?
Yep.
Here are the orders for the Cabalites. Area denial. Make sure there are no enemy units within 6 or 12 at the centre. Now there's multiple units swarming the centre of the battle grid. Secured 2 is going to be a big ask, but defend 6, well, those Cabalites are very close to securing 6, which is that objective they defended last turn. So the Drakari want to take this battle grid. The centre of the battle grid is around here, and there's multiple units, including the priests, within 6 inches and 12 inches of that battle grid. However, you are securing objective 6.
Yeah.
And there was a unit inside this Venom, which got out 3 and moved 7. And you've now got more troop units within 3 inches of the centre of that objective than me. So you're securing 2 and you're securing 6. And it looks like there's 2 wound Venom that took multiple neutron laser shots to the face is going to charge in and stop one of these Onager Dune crawlers from firing. So there's trouble just with only a couple of units down here. Then you spent 2 command points for what now?
So Lilith can fall back and
Yes.
then charge again.
So she's there. So she dropped out of combat.
Yeah, more of a redundancy just in case it all goes horribly wrong trying to kill those guys.
Because it looks like the plan is to fire lots and lots and lots of shots into the Electro Priests.
Yeah.
So that's what's happening there. We have Cabalites moving up the city streets in the centre, and Drazar and the Incubi, backed up by some Cabalites, are coming around to clear up this left flank. So let's go into the shooting phase. Right, we're starting up here. Blaster into the Onager Dune crawlers, and then the 4 splinter rifles are going into this squad of Skitarii, screening them. Let's do the blaster first.
Blaster
3s to hit.
Woo! Keeping it interesting.
It hits. Wounds on a 3.
It's
it
a
wounds.
wound.
5 up and run. Force field.
No.
No, it doesn't help.
D6 damage. Oh.
Only 1. And I don't get any saves on that, so that's dropped down to 7 wounds remaining. And now we have rapid fire poison death. 8 shots, 3s to hit. That's okay, but 4s to wound because it's poison. I still have some flesh in
1.
there. Only 1. 3 up Shroud Zone. And 1 dies. After 1 fell, then the Venom unloaded into the Vanguard as well and only managed to get 2 wounds through, which I saved.
Ooh.
Okay, so only 1 died here. Where are we going now, Joe?
So next we'll do this squad of 5 Cabalite warriors
Right.
into these 5 here.
The back 5.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll start with the blaster,
Yes.
which misses.
3s.
Splinters.
This is poison fire again.
Yeah.
Only
Only the 1.
You're really good at hitting, really
I
bad
know.
at wounding. And, oh, but you do kill 1. Blah.
Make it count. And then
Okay.
we'll put the other 4-man squad in as well.
Not into this squad.
Um,
Because they won't be rapid fire. They're rapid firing there,
Yeah.
but surely they're not rapid firing there.
my hope is if I fail, I can still charge them.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So three guys.
Yes. Re-rolling because you're Archon. Yeah.
And then 4s. And then
1
re-roll
wound.
because Mr. Archon. 2.
2 wounds. 2 wounds. 3s. Kill 1 more.
Yeah. And the blaster.
Okay. Which
Misses.
of course misses. I might have just... Yes, 1 minute. He's the alpha. I need to put that one back. Then the occupants from this Venom fired across and killed 1 more in that squad. Blaster, of course, missing. And now the Venom is unloading
Yep.
into the screen in front.
I was looking for those. See
Oh.
if we can chip those off.
You're going into them? Okay. Right. 3s to hit. And then 4s to wound. You did more than 1 wound this time.
I
That's
know,
good.
it's a miracle.
3s. They're fine. There's still 2 left in that squad, standing defiantly, going beep, beep, bop, bop. Now we're going on to the big guns. Ravager, number 1, is putting all of its shots down into the priests, trying to clear away. They're such a big threat. 3s to hit, re-rolling 1s, and 3s to wound. Re-rolling 1s.
Oh God.
And these are 2 damage weapons. So if I fail my 3 up and vulnerable saves, could be in trouble. So 3 up and buns, as the electricity wraps around me, 1 gets through, and then I have disgustingly resilient, and 1 dies.
Yeah.
Ravager number 1 only kills 1. Doing it the same again with Ravager number 2, rinsing and repeating. 7 hits this time. There's a lot of 2s. Always when you need to re-roll the 1s, you get a chunk of 2s. It's like the dice gods see you coming, like now. 3s. I failed 2 this time.
Oh, that's a bit better.
So disgustingly resilient and disgustingly resilient. I'm alive with 1 of them. both Ravagers. That's 18 shots getting thrown into these guys, and you only killed 2. So the Cabalites are going to fire at the priests point blank range.
Yep. So
3s. Reroll? Any reroll?
No rerolls there.
What does a Viziarch do?
He rerolls for Yanari units.
Right.
And then force to wound.
And like you said, he's on a recruitment drive.
Yeah.
3 up. I make it. Is there a blaster?
Oh, it hits.
For once.
It wounds.
It wounds. 3 up and 1. It does wound. D6 damage. 2. 2. Disgustingly resilience. No, the blaster does atomize 1. And you've killed 3 in that squad. That's one of the dice there for morale.
He does have a pistol as well.
Does he?
Yeah, so he's got a shuriken pistol.
Yes.
Which hits with strength 4, so it doesn't wound. And then my Archon's got a pistol as well, which hits and does wound.
It does wound. 3 up and 1.
Ooh.
Kill another. And at the end of the shoot phase, 6 priests die. There is 10 left. Then we went on to the charge phase with the re-roll charges because you're angry now.
Yeah.
The Archon made it in, the Visarch made it in, and Lilith made it in. So we have 3 characters attacking the 10 priests here. Then you charged in with this unit of 5, which are now a unit of 3 because 2 died on Overwatch.
Yep.
And the guys by the Ravagers joined in. So these 2 Rangers are probably not long for this world. Probably going to get dragged off to the slave pits. The Venom made a charge over here. And the Visarch and the Incubi have jumped on the Rust Stalkers. I failed to charge you, and then you jumped on me. You'll punish me for it. Just like over here with the Witches, where you failed to charge me, I jumped on you, and I punished you for it. Over here, you're not charging in with the little guys.
No, I was going to, but then wise words were said and deterred me.
Well, you'll be down to toughness 2.
Yeah.
So if you fail to kill them, and I killed a couple of yours, then you might not outnumber me on that objective anymore. So you've decided not to, but you are charging in with the Venom.
Yeah.
And we are going to get this Overwatch on camera, because I might kill it. Maybe.
Please don't.
So number of shots with the neutron laser is 3.
Oh, no.
Finally 3 shots in the Overwatch phase. 6s. And I can't re-roll because Belisarius Call only allows re-rolls in the shooting phase.
Yeah.
However, it's got 2 wounds left. And I've got 6 cognition double shots. And a miss. Oh no, hit once. I do wound. And you make the save. Yeah. So, so long as you don't roll Snake Eyes for the charge, you're okay. Oh. That's a 7. It's in. And that, more importantly, will shut that onager down from shooting. And now we fight. You're starting with Lilith.
Yeah. I don't want the interruption.
Okay.
And then mortal wounding to death.
Yes, you should never interrupt a female when she's in full flow.
No.
She will punish you.
Yeah, so 6 attacks. Reroll the 1s.
Okay.
So I get 3.
Okay, multiple attacks.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then 3s.
How many did we get?
We got 5.
5. 3 up in vulnerable saves. And 5 up feel no pain. She kills 1.
And then her hair.
Oh yes, her hair. Wasn't it singed last turn?
It was, yeah. But she got the extras off.
Okay.
And she wounds 4 times.
Her hair wounds, wraps around them, and the invulnerable Vorgas field, it gets through once, and you kill 2. Now I think I might spend a couple of command points to interrupt. Right, I'm spending 2 command points to interrupt. I still have 5 left, and you said you're going to Vect it.
I'm going to do the Agents of Vect.
Gesundheit.
Yes. So on the roll of a 1,
yes,
nothing happens.
Okay.
On a 2 to 5, it cancels your stratagem.
Right.
And your points are refunded. On a 6, it cancels it, and you lose your point.
So you're stopping me interrupting?
Yes.
Who gets to roll this dice?
I do.
Okay.
I do. So
if you roll a 1, it's good news bears for me.
Yeah.
Bad news bears for you.
I've got 5 command points left.
Yes.
It costs me 4 to do.
Okay.
So
that's a 2. So I've spent 2 command points. You've spent 4 command points, and nothing happens.
Nothing happens, but you get your 2 back.
Right. Thank you. Right, I've lost 8 in that squad. I've still got 5 command points left. You've got a command point back.
Yeah.
You farmed 1 back again.
I'm
but
down to 2.
My priest jumped forward and Vects from the tombs of Cormorant goes, no.
So I'll do the Archon.
Okay.
So it hits on 2s.
Right.
All hit. Strength 4. So 3s.
3s to wound.
All wound.
He's a bit handy, this guy, isn't he? 3 up and buns. I fail 1.
And then D3.
3 damage. 3 disgustingly resilient. You kill another priest. I've lost 8. Next up, the Visage is going to attack.
So hitting on 2s.
Yes.
All hit.
Yes.
Wounding on 3s. Ooh, but 1 wound.
All but 1 wound. 3 up and buns.
And then
How much?
D3 damage.
Okay.
1.
For 1. Disgustingly resilient. No, another one dies. Now that's it for that big scrum. Some of the priests still defying all the units, all these heroes that are fighting them. Now we're coming into the very centre of the crossroads here. The Cabalites attacking these 2 rangers. And the rangers are dead. Now we're coming across here. So we're doing Drazar first.
We'll do Drazar first.
Drazar! Aha! Multiple attacks.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s. And he fights twice.
Yeah.
And he rerolls 1s?
He doesn't know rerolls.
Oh, he rolled 3 1s.
Yeah.
But does the 6 do anything?
No, not
Okay.
in this. And then his strength 4, toughness 3.
3, yes.
So 2s to wound, because he gets +1 to wound.
Right.
So that 6 is 4 damage.
Right.
And these are 2 damage.
Okay. So the 6 up and bun? No. And the other ones are AP minus?
3.
Okay. So 2 damage anyway. No. So you kill 3.
Yep.
And then he piles in and does it again. Hitting 5 times. Wounding on 3s. I might as well do them all at the same time because it's 2 or more damage. This guy could take down vehicles, right? Surely.
He can take out a knight in
Do
combat
4.
with some good rolls.
Okay, so 6s. No, all the Ruststalkers are wiped out. Drazar consolidates, the Incubi consolidates, the Venom attacks the Rangers down here and doesn't do any damage, and that is the end of the fight phase for the Cabalites. Now it's my turn, finally, to do some hitting back again. We need to do Venom versus Onager Dunecaller over here.
2 attacks.
1
1 hit. Strength 4, so doesn't wound.
Right, okay. Yes, now we'll do some fighting back. I'll do my vehicle versus your vehicle. It hits twice.
Oh.
And it wounds once.
And goes through.
Fail the save. 6 up. Feel no pain.
No, it goes through.
It's down to one wound left. So this Venom's down to 1 wound. Then I attacked back with the Rangers over there and took a wound off that Venom as well.
Yeah.
They are paper airplanes, aren't they?
They are.
Right, and now we're coming to my priests, which I wanted to do earlier before you rudely killed some more. Right, these 2 are in base with the Visage, so they have to hit him.
Yeah.
The other 4, I think I'm going to put everything into Lilith because she's just terrifying.
Yeah. I will use my last 2 command points though.
Okay.
To lightning fast reflexes.
On her.
On her.
And you can't regain any more because
No.
you've already gained some.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 guys against the Visage. They're hitting on 3s, and I hit 3 times. I'm strength 5. He's not stupid toughness.
No, he's toughness 3.
Okay, so I'm wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
And it's AP minus something.
So he's got a 3 up save, 4 up in one.
Okay.
4 up. So 1 goes through.
And it does D3 damage.
Yeah.
For 3 damage. And so the Visage is injured, but not out of the fight yet. And now I've got 8 attacks against Lilith. So this is going to hit you on 4s now.
Yeah.
Because she's lightning and fast. 4s to hit. Only 3 hits and 3s to wound. And that's D3 mortal wounds instead of.
Okay.
For 2. So she's injured, the Visage is injured, and now I'm spending 3 of my 5 command points to fight. Again, Zealous Congregation. I figure if I can kill at least a couple of these, one of these characters, and pile into these guys, which will bring them into the fight, and then in my turn I get to fight first again, and maybe I can clear them off of here. So 4 attacks into the Visage, doing this one more time. 3s to hit. I hit 3 times. And 3s to wound. And the 6s are D3 mortal wounds instead. And he doesn't have power from pain,
No,
right?
you might as well start with that one.
He's dead. I take out the Visage. And then 8 attacks into Lilith, because her hair is really annoying.
4s.
A bit like my wife's hair when you find it in your soup or something like that. Or like long strands of hair all of a sudden in the biscuit jar.
Just everywhere.
Not as annoying as kitty hair, though.
Oh god, no, that's literally everywhere.
4s to hit, because you're still lightning and fast. Wow,
Ooh.
I roll a Yahtzee of 1s and get 2 hits. 3s to wound. I don't wound.
Ooh.
Nothing happens. Lilith manages to survive. Then I can consolidate.
Yeah.
So then I consolidated, bringing them into combat. I couldn't consolidate with any more because there's an Archon there still. And now they can fight.
Yeah.
5 attacks.
So 2s.
I forgot about the hitting on 2s bit.
And then
4s to wound. They
2.
wound twice. 3 up and vans. And 5 up. Maybe I shouldn't have consolidated into them. Right, I'll pull him away because you've done all your fights, right?
Yeah.
So you can't consolidate that dude further. Which means now I can shoot at him potentially, maybe, if I kill all the stuff that's closer to me over there.
Yeah.
Right. And then I lost 2 guys. Now we're on to the 10 guys. Now we're on to the morale phase. So I'm going to have to burn my last 2 command points so I don't lose all of them. So I've now got 0 command points. I'll spend my last 2 on insane bravery so they don't run away. And that is the end of the Cabalites, turn 3.
Yep.
Right, no morale anywhere except for here. We're leadership 7 and I lost 3, so they hold. I think you killed 2 things. You killed the Ruststalkers and you killed the squad there.
Yeah.
So that makes it 13-14 in killing stuff.
Yeah.
You get a point for securing that one, 14 each.
Yeah.
Point for securing that one. You're in the lead by 1 point.
Yeah.
And then a point for area denial because there's no one in 6, but the priests are within 12.
Yes.
So you're 2 points in the lead. The Cabal or the Black Heart race into the lead, finally get into the lead as we head to Admech, turn 4. Right, here are my objectives. Defend 6, which is that critical objective that Lilith will not die on, and those dudes are holding on to. Destroy and acquire. Score a victory point if at least 1 enemy vehicle was destroyed but did not explode. Now I should be able to do that. And no prisoners. Just kill as much as possible. And then canticles. So I can make that Shroud Psalm. And I'll make that one re-roll morale. Basically I'm giving my guys and they shall know no fear. Yeah, kill vehicles. 14 points to 16. I wouldn't have thought it had been so close. And I had a good, solid couple of turns. But as I look down this end of the battle grid, that Venom's still got some dudes inside of it. And you've got Drazar. And you've got the Incubi. And you've got the... This side is very strong.
Yeah.
So I pulled them out of combat. And the idea is my Tech Priest Dominus shoots and charges and wrecks a Venom. And hopefully there's a point. And if it doesn't blow up, that'll be acquire at all costs. And then I've got some shots that go in here. Because what I'm looking at as well as acquire at all costs, as well as just killing stuff for no prisoners. If I kill 3 things, that's D3 points as well for no prisoners. So you're 2 points in the lead. The Dark Eldar are 2 points in the lead. But there is a chance for the Admech to pull back here. Before this noose from the left comes in and crashes and chews through my lines. Because I'm running out of infantry. I'm running out of screen. I'm running out of punch. Essentially those priests are there. They're locked down. I don't have any more Ruststalkers, Infiltrators, Dragoons. I don't have any more punch. I'm getting picked apart bit by bit. So I've pulled back with the Honor Dragoon Crawler over here and surrounding the units that are down in my deployment zone. The idea is to try and kill them too. Hopefully not blow up any vehicles. And I've moved some of these units now because there is an open doorway I can see through, or this Onaga Dune Crawler can see over the top of the crate and through the ruins and down to a Ravager. The robot couldn't see the Ravager last time because through the doorway the Venom was in front of it. But now the Venom's gone. Now the Venom is gone. So let's pull the trigger. Okay, so these 2 dudes into those 3 dudes. I hit twice. And I wound twice. Now one is AP dash, one is AP -1. Holding up.
Hold on.
So 6 up. Nope. And a 5 up.
Nope.
And then 2 6 up, feel no pains.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. I don't know if I can see that Romanian guy and I need him dead. So what I will actually do is my Dominus will hit that open with his Omniscient Axe. He'll fire his Volkite Blaster back over there, which is, can I see him?
Yeah.
Yeah. 3s because it's heavy and I reroll 1s and he is strength, he is strength 6.
A 2.
No armor.
A
no.
5.
Oh, you make it. That didn't work. Right, so onto the Onager Dune Crawlers. This one fired its stubbers down at the Venom, didn't do any damage. Neutron laser is going up at the Ravager for one. Of course, it's one shot.
One shot every time.
Which hits and doesn't wound.
Oh dear.
Onager number 2. Stubbers will come back on the Venom on 1 wound. Neutron laser will fire through the doorway, hit Ravager. So, hopefully. Number of shots. 3, I get 3 shots.
It's the big one.
It's the big 3. 3's to hit. Because these things can move and fire their heavy weapons without penalty. Dune Crawler ability. So, re-rolling, everything hits. Strength 10. I wound twice at AP minus 4.
5s.
And you make it. Right, Cognis Heavy Stubber back at the Venom. 5's to hit because it's a Venom. Re-rolling because of Designate 17. And 5's to wound. I get a wound. 1 4-up save. 1 wound left.
Goes
1
through.
6-up Black Heart.
No.
Nope. Does it blow up? Don't blow up, please.
I want it to explode.
I don't want it to explode.
It explodes!
It explodes and does a mortal wound.
A single mortal wound within 3.
Brilliant. So I'll get the kill point, but I won't get acquisition at any cost because it's not a wreck and we don't get to have a good look at it afterwards, after the battle is over. This one can't fire. And if you're wondering where all the wound markers have been going, well, Belisarius Caller's been healing up lots and lots and lots of stuff. So now I've got many shots, 18 shots from my robot. Right, I need to kill 3 things for D3 points for no prisoners. So instead, the robot is going to put 18 shots, hitting on 4s, re-rolling, wounding on 2s, no armor save, into this lot here. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I've killed 2 things. Now I need to kill 3 things. Now I've got massed infantry fire against the Cabalites in the crater. So let's start off with the big blob squad. Arc rifle. And re-rolling because I did make sure that they were in range of call. 2 hits. 2's to wound. 2 wounds at -1 but +1 because of the crater.
1 goes through.
And a 6-up.
1 goes through.
So I've killed 1. The 5 remaining Vanguard have 15 shots with their radium carbines. 3s. Full. With the re-roll, everything hit. 4's to wound. Up saves.
So there was 1 6 in there, which is 2 damage.
Yes.
Goes through. And the rest
Oh.
all go through.
Okay.
So 6s. 1's alive. So
1's
3 are dead.
alive. Yeah.
I need to roll a double 6 here.
That's the squad, and that's 3 things for no prisoners, which will be 3 kill points plus D3. I don't think I have any more guns. Oh, 1 minute. If any of that squad now is now closest to your Archon and in range, I'm going to have a shot at him. Radium carbine's 18-inch range, they're out of range, but the arc rifle 24. So it hits. Strength 6. It doesn't. It wounds, yeah.
It does wound.
Minus
2
1.
up.
Oh yeah, because you're invulnerable 2-up shadow field flickering into the shadows there.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the end of the shooting phase. We'll have a charge coming on. This Tech Priest Dominus will charge here. I'll also charge in there because there's only 1 guy left. So do a blaster. This will be hilarious if you actually manage to hit.
Nope.
No, of course not. And they will charge that far. And then we've got all the shots from the Venom into the Tech Priest Dominus. And one of them hits.
It doesn't wound though.
And it doesn't wound. Let's start here. 3 attacks. I hit once.
Yep.
I wound you.
A 5.
You make the save. Then we come across to the Tech Priest Dominus. He has 3 attacks with his Omniscient Axe. He hits on 3s.
Oh, wow.
And it's strength 5, so it's 4's to wound. He only wounds once. It is -1 but 2 damage.
So 6 up. Goes through. 6s. Both go through.
Okay, it's down to 2 left. That's it for the charging units. Now we have priests. And I need to take down Lilith. So let's consolidate and pile in. Right, I'm not moving because then I'll end up getting pulled away from her. So let's do the 1 guy into the Cabalite warriors. On 3s and 3s. I do wound. So it's -2. So it goes straight through for D3 for 3 wounds.
Yeah.
So you've got 3 6-up saves.
Oh, 1's dead.
Right, and now Lilith. She's not lightning or fast this time, right?
No.
So I can just hit her normally. Stand still and let me hit you.
Oh god, no.
3s.
Oh dear.
Okay, so I hit 6 times. And 3s. And I only wound that many times, but
Yeah.
that's D3 mortal wounds instead of.
Okay, so she's got a 3 up in one.
Yes.
1 goes through.
So it's basically 2d3.
2d3
for the D3 for the normal one and D3 for the. And I do 3 wounds, which is interesting because that's how many she's got left.
I just need 1 6.
Just 1 6.
1 6. Come on. There is a 6.
She's alive. She fights back. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s.
Reroll the 1.
And do any explode?
And 1 explode.
Okay. And wounding on 3s.
Yeah.
Do any of them explode?
None of those explode.
5s. So 5 get through, 3 up and buns. And how much damage?
1.
1 damage. I dodge it.
Oh.
I dodge it. Can I dodge the hair though?
The hair.
2 hits.
1 wound.
1 wound. The hair gets frazzled by the invulnerable save of the thing, and now you've got.
I got 4 attacks from the Cabalite warriors.
Yes.
Hitting on 2s. Ooh.
Oh.
1.
Oh. They hit 4 times. 4's to wound. They wound 3 times. Interestingly, 3 up and vulnerable save. So Lilith has killed none.
None.
And they killed 2.
Yeah.
So these chaps continue to battle it out. Over here we did a fight back with the Cabalite warrior and the Venom, and it didn't manage to do any damage to the Admech. Right. And we burned through the morale phase and everyone's fine. And that is the end of my turn 4. And I've killed stuff. I've killed D3 things, or 3 things for no prisoners. I didn't destroy and acquire, and I'm still trying to defend that objective over there. So the D3 is 3, plus the 3 that I killed is 6. Did you kill anything? You didn't kill anything.
No.
Right, and so that makes it 20 points to 16. So the Dark Eldar are only 4 points behind. If they kill 4 things in this turn, in their turn 4, then it's going to be a draw, let alone the cards that they can score. So it's still a close game as the Dark Eldar, the Drukhari, continue to rampage through the city and bring the fight to the Admech. Here are the orders for the Black Heart. Defend 2 is going to be tricky, as is Kingslayer, but behind enemy lines, I think they're already there. Here we are after the Drukhari movement phase. Once they've done some charges down here with the Incubi and Drazar, there will be 3 units in my deployment zone, and that will be D3 points for behind enemy lines, because they control this side of the battle grid and I control the other side of the battle grid. The Ravagers are breaking cover. In this mission, you get a point for every unit that you kill, and there's infantry right in front of them and infantry down here. They can now see through the doorway. There's infantry over here behind the barricade as well. Shroud Psalm is in effect. Reroll Morale is in effect. It looks like the Archon is going to join Lilith, who, let's face it, should have been dead a long time ago.
A very long time.
The potential of doing mortal wounds with those priests, but she's been dodging right and dodging left. Can she withstand one more round of combat? We'll find out when we get there. But before that, let's move on to the shooting phase. You can't get Kingslayer. You're not going to be defending Objective 2 anytime soon. I have this corner. But can you get enough points to take it home?
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Where are we starting, Joe?
So we'll start with this guy here.
Yes.
Because that's one big 6-man squad, isn't it?
That's a 3-man squad there.
Yeah.
And that is a 6-man squad.
Okay. So I'll start with this one here.
Okay.
He's going to shoot that 3-man squad.
3-man squad. Overkill, but I would Coco. And you're re-rolling 1s. And there's 2s again, because the dice god saw you coming. 3s to wound. Re-rolling 1s.
Oh dear. 2s.
So I do have 6 up bionics or 6 up cover. There's only 3 guys there. And you wipe them out, and that's a point. After they get wiped out, the Venom can fall out of combat and he can fire. The guys inside can't fire.
They can't shoot.
But the Venom can.
Yeah.
And they're going to pick on these 2 rangers down here.
Yep.
Okay. So 3s to hit. 6 hits, 4s to wound. Just 1. With Shroud Time, I have a 3 up. I make the save. So what happens is if you fall out of combat, the unit inside follows the same rules for units falling out of combat.
Yeah.
And units that fall out of combat can't shoot, but the flyer can because it has the fly keyword.
Yeah.
So that's what happened there. Now you've got a Ravager with 9 shots, and there's 2 guys staring at you.
Yeah, I'm not going to kill that 6-man squad.
Right.
Because I just last time if I roll loads of 2s, it's not going to happen.
You could soften them up though.
Yeah, I could do.
but there's a guaranteed point.
I could charge the 2 Ravagers into them with the 4 attacks.
You could charge with your Archon there.
Yeah.
You could charge through.
Yeah, so we'll go after the 6-man squad then.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, you sure?
I'm 50-50. Hitting on 3s.
There's a 1. The dice gods hear your prayers. Oh, everything hit. 3s to wound. What could possibly go wrong?
Giving me hope.
There's 3 ones. You might get full house here. You get 2 away from a full house. So 7 wounds come through. I need to make... Look, if I don't make any 6s, you do kill them. I make 2 6s. There is 1 left. So the Archon fires his pistol into the Rangers. And hits. And wounds. And Shroud's Arm saves me.
Ooh.
And interestingly enough, that's it for the shooting phase. At 20 points to 16, you need to kill as much as you can. So just one thing dying so far. But we have multiple charges erupting across the line. And so, in the charge phase, sensing blood, Archon, second in command, charges into the Electro Priests, and the Warlord charges down with a Ravager, after the Ravager ate the Overwatch, into this unit of Rangers here. And then Drazar and all the Incubi come after my second in command. No damage done on Overwatch. Now, let's fight. Drazar swings first. Rangers or Tech Priest?
Well, he'll go after the Tech Priest.
Okay, yes.
Right. He likes going after characters.
Okay.
So that's all hit.
Yes.
Your tough is 4.
Yes.
So 3s.
Okay.
So that's 3 at 4 damage, minus 3.
These are 5 up saves. He's got 1 wound left.
And then that one there is minus 3, 2 damage.
So 5 up or he dies. He's dead. Then Drazar attacks twice, now into the Rangers.
Into the Rangers.
He's an angry boy.
He is.
Are you sure he doesn't worship corn?
Yeah. So,
okay.
full house.
Yes.
He's wounded on 2s now.
Is he?
So
right,
that's 5.
6 up bionic saves.
Yeah.
He clears... Wow, he takes out those 2 units by himself. So then Drazar consolidates 3, then the Incubi pile in 3 and consolidate 3, getting in front of him, moving 6 inches up the table. Now we have your Warlord versus 2 Rangers.
Yeah.
2s to hit.
We got the 1. Wounded on 3s.
Okay.
Ooh.
A reroll on the 1.
Oh, yeah.
What's the AP of this?
Minus 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
So I still need 6 ups to keep these Rangers alive. No, and his blade tastes blood for the first time. And he wipes out those 2 units of Rangers, and that's 4 units you've killed. And now he's leering through the stained glass window, eyeing up Designate 17. Then we come across here to Archon number 2, attacking Electro Priests. Can they hang in there? Will their 3 up and vulnerable save keep them alive? He hits on 2s and he rerolls 1s. So he hits every time after the reroll.
3s.
And he wounds 3 times. 3 up and vulnerable saves. I fail 2. How much damage?
So the first one does 3, and the second one does 2.
Okay, so 3 kills 1, and 2, you kill 2. Yeah. And now there is 1 priest left alive to withstand the attack of Lilith, because that was all the charging units, and if you don't kill him, he may cut her down. Yeah. So, toe-to-toe stuff.
So, no exploding.
Wow, first time, yes.
3s.
Okay, so she wounds 4 times.
Yep.
3 up and vulnerable saves. These are 1 damage, right?
Yep.
He fails 1. 1 5 up, disgustingly resilient to keep him alive. Yeah. He falls. Lilith fights off a unit of 16 Electro Priests and bats her way to victory. And that's the end of Dark Eldar. Turn 4, and you've killed 5 things, making it 21 points to 20.
Yeah.
And look, the noose is closing in and around the Admech lines, and you get D3 points for behind enemy lines. So it's 22 points to 20 as we head towards the end game, turn 5. I'm 2 points behind. I ditched defend objective 4. We've got mission critical objective 4. No idea where that is. Make a vehicle die without blowing it up so we can loot the gubbins afterwards. And supremacy, any 3 objectives for D3 points. 1 minute we've got to do is morale. Very important because it's another kill point. Plus there's an objective I need to run on to. And 4 plus the 5 that lost is... he's running, but I did get And They Shall Know No Fear. last time with my Canticle. So 1
Ooh.
plus the 5 that died is 6. He holds. That's really important because I've got Supremacy, and he's the only thing that could run onto that objective while I score these other 2 objectives here. And my Canticles this turn will be Shroud Psalm and They Shall Know No Fear one more time.
Yeah.
Right, here we are after my movement phase. I'm on 3 objectives for Supremacy. I haven't healed this on a good Dunecrawler, but he has come around this way, so I can fire at that Ravager, because I need to blow up a vehicle and, well, not blow it up. Destroy a vehicle and not blow it up. There's some shots through the doorway, and some shots over the thing over here into Ravagers. Now, I'm deeply worried about the Incubi, because they've killed everything they came up against. They've killed the Dragoons, they killed the Ruststalkers, they've killed infantry, and they've come round and round, and they're still at full strength, right?
Yeah, they started off with 7, so they're pretty healthy.
So they're an unkillable unit, and they're just gonna, they've rampaged all the way around, and they're gonna keep going, and nothing can stop them, and probably nothing's gonna stop Lilith either. So I need to do as much damage as I can now, and hope that it ends in turn 5, and not go into turn 6 or turn 7, because right now it's so close. If it goes on to later game turns, and you start shutting down my long range shooting, it will be bad news bears. Right. Let's pull the trigger. Let's start off with this unit of Rangers, the ones that can see that Ravager will fire at that Ravager. Here's the arc rifle, and it hits. And at strength 6, it doesn't wound. And here's the 2 galvanic rifles, 1 hit, and it does wound, no AP.
Goes through. A 6. Goes through.
Right, I've softened it up. Now, I want to split some fire from this Onager into the Incubi, as well as the neutron laser up that thing, but I'm worried. Imagine I've got other neutron lasers coming. No, I'm going to put all the guns into it. I'm that worried about it, including the stubbers. So 3s, because there's no negative to hit, right?
No.
These guys. Okay, so I hit 4 times. I'm winning on 5s. I get a wound, and he failed to save again. And he failed to feel no pain. So it's down to 8 wounds. It's softened up, ready for the neutron laser, which will hit 3 times. It does hit 3 times. Wow. Well, it's 3 shots.
Yeah.
Now I need to hit 3s. And I can re-roll. That's 2 hits. That's just 2 hits.
Yep.
And it's strength 10, toughness 6.
Yep, so 3s.
1 wound. AP minus gazillion.
5 up.
You make the save. Right, it turns out that these other 2 can only see that other Ravager. This one can see, again, the tip of the wing of the one that I've injured, but I'm not firing at wingtips. Instead, I'll fire through doorways and stuff and hit that other Ravager with these 2 Onagers. What I'm going to do is I'll fire off the neutron lasers, and if they fail to kill it, then I will do Cognis Stubbers.
Yep.
So let's do it all at the same time, because because what happens if the shots... No, all at the same time. 2d3 from both units. 2 shots.
3s.
Both hit.
Yeah. 3s.
1 wound. Damn it. You make the save. Then I fired off all the Cognis Stubbers. Nothing. Nothing. So it comes down to the Dakabot with its 18 shots, putting all of its shots into it. It hits on 4s and re-rolls everything. Re-rolling. Wounding on 4s. AP minus a lot. 3. I get 3 wounds through with 18 shots.
5s.
Hitting on 4s, re-rolling everything, wounding on 4s. 1 wound gets through. 1 6 up. That would have just been salt in the wounds if you made that one. Okay, so it takes a wound.
Yeah.
Have I put a wound on it? No, one of them is down to 8 wounds, one of them is down to 9 wounds.
Yeah.
So I shot at you with 3 Onager Dunecrawlers and my Dakabot, and I put 3 wounds on 2 Ravagers. And that is the end of my turn. I've killed nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. I do get D3 points for Supremacy. So it was 22 points to the Dark Eldar and 20 points to the Admech. And I get 2 points. So it's 22 points each as we head to Dark Eldar, turn 5. Here are the orders for the Drugari as they begin to press their advantage, defend 3, Kingslayer, and there is no escape. Kill a unit. that's wholly within a terrain feature. The Drakari begin to close their net and zero in on the enemy lines. We have some Cabalites being told to hold back here, and Archon going after one of the last Vanguard, and Lilith bursts through a window and she's getting ready to jump out if it goes on to later game turns. There's the Warlord commanding both of the Ravagers. This one moving downtown, down the main street, because there is a unit there wholly within a terrain feature which could get wiped out. Inside the Venom was a unit. They've jumped up and through and over, and the Venoms come over the ruin as well, up and over. And I think the Venom wants to tag one of those vehicles before the Incubi come crashing in. So we're going to have charges and shots all the way across this thin line of Adeptus Mechanicus forces. Opening up the shooting phase, the Ravager fired in and killed this squad here. So that is that objective that you needed, plus 1 point for killing a unit. And now there's shots coming in at the Dakabot. There is a blaster here.
Yep.
Zipping in.
So he's in Archon range, thankfully. Hits.
And he wounds. 5 up invulnerable. And the shot reflects back.
Takes a mortal wound himself.
And kills him. It bounces back off his refractor field. And you got another blaster you said. Yep. This squad here was firing the blaster into the Dakabot and all the other splinter shots into the Rangers.
Yep.
So this shot hits and wounds. Will I get another 6?
Oh, please.
I do. It's the unit that made the shot suffers a mortal wound, so it bounces back and kills one of his mates. He's like, sorry, Tim, I didn't mean to fire wide there. Then we have loads of splinter shots coming into the Rangers. And with Shroud Summon effect, none of the Rangers die. Now you're picking this Ravager shooting into the Dakabot. Are you sure you want to?
Considering he's done such a good job at killing all of his friends.
But the force field is so strong with this one. The force is strong with him. Okay.
Right then.
3s to hit. You're in Archon reroll range.
Yeah.
And you need 5s to wound. And reroll the 1. Okay, many 6s, so maybe this guy, he's kept his finger on the trigger. Yeah. These 4 6s won't be 6s again, will they?
Not. I really hope not.
No, and each does 2 damage, killing the robot. Oh no, there's a 5 up invulnerable save, so I fell 3 anyway, it's got 6 wounds, which does not detonate. And finally, maybe the blasters weakened the shields, and then the disintegrator cannons came through and wiped it out. And that was all the shooting. Lots of shooting, done. You want to charge in with the Archon over here against the...
Yeah, if I can get into there, then that means I can start defending.
That's the objective you need?
Yeah.
Okay, Overwatch. I miss. Yeah. Let's see how far this charges. Oh yeah, he's angry. Yeah. Who's going to eat the neutron laser Overwatch?
The 2 wound Venom is going to give it a whirl.
Okay, number of shots, 3. Oh, hitting on 6s, 1 hit. 1. Wounding on a 2. It wounds.
5 up. Goes through.
And it's a minimum D6, minimum 3. So it's 3 damage. It's got 2 wounds left. You need to make 2 6s. And you don't make enough 6s. And interesting, does it blow?
Does it explode?
No. So the Venom tries to get in, and I kill something in your face?
I know.
So does that mean the Incubi want to suffer the wrath of this... I want to say very aggressive, very angry, you've killed a lot of my toys. You've killed a lot of these holy machines, and they're not having it. They're not having it. Do you want to send the Incubi in as well?
Yeah.
You are?
We're going to get in there.
All right then. Neutron laser, number of shots for 1 shot, which misses. I'm determined to kill one of these guys. 6s to hit. I hit once.
Yep.
I don't wound. And then you charge.
2 dice.
Yes. And they're in. The Incubi charging forward in parade ground styly there, because Drazar can get in on a 10.
Yeah, they'll high-five him as he runs through the tunnel. So.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Well, there's a 5.
I missed the table every
5.
time.
5 or 6. Oh, no, you can re-roll. Here's the re-roll. Drazar doesn't get...
He's tired.
He's done much slaughtering, but when you pile in, you can... get more guys in combat there. And
these guys will all go in as well.
Okay, Overwatch. The Cabalite Warriors engage the Rangers. No wounds done on Overwatch. That's it for charges. Lilith a bit too far away because she'd be going through a crater. So we're now on to the fight phase. Where would you like to start, sir?
I'll start with Mr. Archon.
Number 2.
Yeah?
Yes.
So,
He
All
hits.
Threes. 3 wounds.
AP,
-2.
sixes. I am dead. And you've started to defend that objective there.
Yeah.
Warriors versus Rangers.
Yeah.
The Cabalites kill one of the Rangers, and then the Incubi pile into the Onaga Junecrawler, still within 6 inches of Drazar there. So you've got these 5 guys are attacking, including the Klavex.
Including the Klavex.
16 attacks.
60 attacks. Hitting on 2s.
This would be 5s to wound, but 4s because of Drazar. And it's AP minus gazillion.
-3. Those are damage 3.
Right.
And then these are damage 1.
Okay, so the Amantis Force Field actually works in close combat as well. So 5 ups. Make both of them. And these are damage what? Damage 1.
Damage 1.
5 ups. Wow. I take 2 wounds. It only takes 2 wounds.
Yeah.
But the important thing is it shuts it down from shooting.
Yeah.
Then the Onaga fought back against the Incubi, didn't injured any. Then the Rangers piled in, climbed down and attacked these warriors and killed one of them. So just 1 casualty taken from this fight here. And that is the end of Dark Eldar. Turn 5. Now you killed 2 units.
I did.
So, and I killed 1 unit. So that puts you 1 point in the lead because it was a dead draw.
You killed 2 units.
How did I kill 2?
Because you killed my Venom.
Yes.
And you killed my 1 guy who shot at your robot.
Oh yeah. So it was 22 points each. And the bounce back meant that I killed 2, you killed 2, 24 points each.
Yep.
But you killed 1 wholly in cover.
Yes.
So you're winning by 1 point.
Yes.
And if the game ends, you've got line breaker.
Yes.
So as it stands, it is a Drukhari victory. And he who went first rolls a dice. And on a 1-2, the game ends. Right, it's 25-24 for the Drukhari. I need to hold the line, so kill every enemy unit in my deployment zone. Destroy and acquire. Kill a vehicle without blowing it up.
Yeah.
How hard can it be? And make sure one of those vehicles has the fly keyword. Only 1 point in it.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, I've got a plan. I'm
Like
not going to be able to hold the line.
No.
But destroy and acquire, scour the skies, and kill something. If I kill one of these fly things, that's 3 points.
That is.
And potentially go charging in there with Belisarius Call and kill these guys as well. I'm wondering if I should break him out of combat. Yes, only because then I can shoot you first.
Yes.
Okay, so there's another point. And then kill that guy.
Yep.
Stops you defending that objective.
Yep.
And it gets me a point as well. So I've moved these guys round, so I'm closer to him than to them.
What about Mr. Spiderlegs?
And he can stay in combat. I think that stops you charging something else.
Yeah.
It should be, it's a toughness 7, 5 up and vulnerable save.
Yeah.
You should not, hopefully, be able to get through them all. And I'm still in reroll range.
Yeah.
So basically, kill these 3 things, get a bunch of points, stop you defending, pray to the Emperor, pray to the machine god that it ends in turn 6.
Yeah, robot party.
And have a big robot party, and hopefully you don't get any decent objectives that you can score either, because it is that close. Right, so let's shoot these guys with Masola Atomizer from Designate 17 first. It has D3 shots. For 3 shots. He hits on 2s. And it's strength 10.
Okay.
Minus a gazillion.
Yeah.
I wound you every single time.
How much damage?
D6.
D6 damage? Okay.
In half range.
Yeah.
So...
If you roll a 1, 1 might survive.
Oh, there's a 1.
There you go.
Get a 6.
No,
and then 3 6-ups and 5 6-ups.
No, and no.
Yes, it's -3 and it does D3 damage, but D6 in half range, which it was. Okay, so he's got a shadow field, right? The one defending that one?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. 6 Cognis shots into him and neutron laser into Ravager.
Yep.
Let's do the 6 Cognis shots into him. I need to hit him first with the reroll. And he's still toughness 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 3's to wound. 4 wounds on Mr. Archon with his 2-up invulnerable
So I have to
save.
do this 1 at a time.
Okay.
Because if I fail it, then it reverts to his 5-up save.
I thought that got fact so that he rolls the 2-up all the way through in this combat. No? Okay.
So first one. Next one. Oh, it's failed.
Oh.
So he takes a wound, and then his 5-up. Okay, so he takes 2.
And he's got 6s.
And passes 1. So he's taken a wound.
How many's he got left?
4.
4. I'm tempted to... Right, so now I really need the neutron laser to kill that in one hit. So then I can put the neutron laser for the other one into him. Okay, so neutron laser into Ravager. Two shots. How many has this one got left? 9. 3s to hit. They both hit. 3s to wound. They both wound. AP -4. Please fail. Oh, you fail them both. It's got 9 wounds left, and this does 2d6 damage, minimum 3. This is for a lot of points.
Yeah.
That does 8 damage. And you've
9 damage.
What?
Minimum 3.
Minimum 3. 9 damage. You've got to make A6 to keep it alive with your power from pain.
I just want 1. That's all I care about.
You make 1. It's on 1 wound left. See, now that's horrifying. The reason why it's horrifying is because I've got 6 shots with the Cognis Stubber that I can put into him, potentially plink off the last wound, and the neutron laser into him to stop you defending that, or just put all the shots into him. And if I put all the shots into him, I'll kill something and destroy and acquire, scour the skies, and kill something. But then you're going to get 2 points.
Yeah.
But then I've got a point over here. Yeah. Do I get greedy? It's go big or go home, isn't it?
Yeah, always be greedy.
Okay, so Cognis Stubbers into that. But you've got a 4-up save.
Yeah. You'd be better off doing it the other way around.
What do you mean?
So putting the Cognis Stubbers into him with the 4 rerolls.
Okay.
You've got a 5-up save.
Yeah, let's do that. Hashtag listen to Joe. 3s to hit your Archon, re-roll it. Okay, cool. Because of Designate 17 and his aura is huge. 3s to wound him. I wound you 4 times, so you need to fail all your 5-ups and then all your 6-ups. 5s. He's alive. 6s. He's alive on 2 wounds left. Neutron laser. This still isn't guaranteed because I could roll a 1 into Ravager. Okay, 2 shots. Re-roll it. So I hit once.
Ooh.
A 3. I wound. 5-up invulnerable save. No, and it does a minimum 3. So it does 3 damage. If you make 3 6s.
Nope.
Now if you blow up. So it's dead. But does it blow up? It doesn't blow up. I've destroyed and acquired it. It's become a wreck. And that will be Scour the Skies, and I've killed it, and Destroy and Acquire. The Ravager went down. There we went on to the fight phase, and I thought we'll do it off camera because the idea of not breaking him out of combat is you can't charge through and kill something else next turn. Yeah. And this is your wound rolls.
Yes.
So these are all 5-up invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
And I take 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds, which puts it down to 5 left. And these all do how much damage?
These all do 3 damage each.
Okay, so I need to make 2 5s to keep my onager alive. And I don't. And the onager dies and doesn't detonate, which means that you've killed something in my turn.
Yeah.
And you can break on through to the other side. And so it was 24 points to the Admech and 25 points to the Dark Eldar. I get 2 points for those objectives and I killed 2 things.
Yeah.
That makes it 28 points to 25. You killed something, 28 points to 26.
Yeah.
And you've defended that objective there. So it's 28 points each. It's a draw as we head to Dark Eldar, turn 6. And here are the orders for the Drukhari. Psychological Warfare, Kingslayer and Big Game Hunter take out one of those Onager Dunecrawlers. Okay, the battlefield is truly shrinking for the Admech because apart from these Cabalites here, all the action will now take place in this quarter of the battle grid. Lilith has broken cover. Drazar is just behind the wall. There's your Warlord. There's the Ravager. There's the Incubi. I did fight them first before they took out that Onager Dunecrawler, but I just can't kill one of them. So it looks like there is going to be more slaves dragged off to Cormorant, and one of them potentially could be my Warlord, Designate 17. Let's move on to the shooting phase. Then we powered through the shooting phase. Essentially, the Disintegrator took a couple of wounds off this Onager Dunecrawler before the Archon second in command made the charge, and I couldn't overwatch him because he was come running from round the wall. And now this Ravager in the charge phase is declaring a charge against the Rangers and Designate 17 or the Overwatch. So let's see how many shots D17 chucks out. He chucks out 2 of them, and he needs 6s to hit. And he doesn't hit, because that's a strength 10 weapon. Let's do all the other firepower. Ravager made the charge. Then Lilith. Then your Warlord. Then Drazar from behind the walls. And then all the Incubi came charging in as well. Essentially, my entire army is now in close combat, except for one Onager Dunecrawler. And the Dark Eldar, well, they're in their happy place.
Yep.
Let's go on to the fight phase. So this Argon attacked the Onager Dunecrawler and didn't damage it. And then we had the Warlord and Lilith kill the unit of Rangers that were just in front. And Drazar has consolidated forward, piled him forward, because he couldn't get to fight. They took away all his blood.
Yeah.
They took all away his victims. So it's now all these Incubi attacking Designate 17. Hitting on 2s.
2s.
And they're winning on 4s. And 6s are...
3 damage.
3 damage. Okay, how many 6s? That many? 5 up invulnerable saves, and these are the 3 damage ones. And that's cocked. I don't think it matters, because that's 9 damage.
Yep.
Before I even roll any more saves. That is Slay the Warlord. Then I fought back with the Honoured Dunecrawler, and that's the end of the turn.
Yep.
And in your turn, you killed 2 things. The Rangers and Designate 17, and it was 28-28. That makes it 30-28.
Yeah.
Plus Kingslayer, 31-28. Plus D3 points for, well, Slay the Warlord and Kingslayer. So that's another one. You keep rolling 1s on there. Basically, you're 4-5 points in the lead, and all I have left is 2 Honoured Dunecrawlers, and one of them is locked up in combat. There is no way back at this point for the Penitent Forge. I will concede. And we say this is the way the world ends. And so when the smoke clears, when the dust settles, it is a victory for the Cabalites, for the Drukhari. The Admech were sent to this place to push back this raiding party, and we have failed. And in our failure, Designate 17 has been dragged down. But don't worry, that wasn't his only memory core. He's got a few bodies, just like Belisario's core, and a few memory cores scattered around here, there, and everywhere. And in the end, it was a comfortable-ish victory. I've got 2 units, 2 models left on the table. And your Incubi, you didn't lose a model, and they started all the way over there.
Yeah, they did a lot better than I expected them to do. A lot better.
So, and Lilith as well.
Yeah, I haven't used her for a long time. And the fact that she managed to hold up that unit of stick dudes.
Yeah.
And then she's come over here and killed a few people. She's done a good job.
I had 2 lots of 8 attacks and then 8 attacks. 16 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, with the potential to do mortal wounds to her. And she's still alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Against anyone that doesn't have a free up invuln as well, she would have just torn through you as well.
She did very well. Very well. Maybe it's because I had toughness 3 and you had toughness 3, but also because you had toughness 3, it means some of my guns was doing some damage to you when they don't normally.
Yeah.
But in the end, I was worried at the start as well. I thought, oh dear, it's going to be one of those games where it completely goes one way when I was like 10-4 in the lead.
I was a little bit concerned that I was going to get tabled in another turn. But there was a bit of a whiffer of a turn for you, and it kind of kept me going.
Yeah, I think I had one, turn 1 shooting, I killed a vehicle and whittled a couple down. Turn 2, I killed a chunk. And then turn 3 shooting, I don't think I killed any vehicles.
No, I tried to hide as much as I could behind these walls here. These walls kind of kept me alive for a lot longer.
Yeah, if you're not if you're not fighting on large line of sight blocking terrain tables, you're doing it wrong, in my opinion. In my humble opinion, because otherwise just gun line armies will just utterly annihilate you. There's still some huge firing lanes here or there, but it forces you to make some tactical decisions about where to put.
If you'd gone this way,
yes,
you could have got some fire down, but I don't know if it would have changed much.
Yeah.
Or if you'd gone, kind of held it this, so you were shooting down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would have changed much.
I didn't want to come round because this flank was getting stronger.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hold my position and maximize the firepower as you came in.
Yeah.
If I'd have moved round, it would have opened me up to both sides of your army at the same time. So I was trying to be tactical with it, which is why I put a chunk of gun down there and a chunk of gun there.
Yeah.
One thing you should do if you're playing a gun list is not put all your guns in one place, because then all you need to do is go straight to that one place.
Yeah, you get
So
trapped. Yeah, I could have easily just swamped in quite quickly.
So I was trying to be tactical. In the end, the power of the machine god was not with me. In the end, the Cabalites have won. So, man of the match for you, is it the Incubi or is it a woman of the match?
Well, it's a tough one because the Incubi killed so much. Like, them and Jazar just kind of mowed through people. But Lilith standing up for as long as she did, she's got to have the points.
I think that was fairly game-changing.
Yeah.
Another game-changing moment was if I had made the charge with the Ruststalkers, it would have killed some. You might have wiped out the Ruststalkers, but it wouldn't have given you that free movement round.
Yeah.
So it might have been a turn later until your guys hit my lines.
If you'd fallen out of combat, you could have maybe shot the Incubi instead.
Yeah, I think that was hubris leaving that tank in combat, but you did roll a chunk of sixes and anyway, woulda, coulda, woulda, huh? Shoulda, woulda, yeah, exactly. So an awesome game in the end. It swung one way, swung the other way, and we wanted it to be a high point scoring game, and it was such a high point scoring game.
We leapfrogged each other's points so many times, and so we ended the round drawn a lot of the time as well, which is crazy.
I know, and when there's so many options to score points, it could have easily gone 28-10, or it could have easily been imbalanced one way or the other, but the fact that we stayed so close to each other is a testament to how tactical it ended up being in the end. So I very much enjoyed myself. I do like playing Dark Eldar. They are sneaky, they are quick. They don't play like very many other lists.
No.
They don't feel like those dirty craft welders either.
Oh god, no. The thing is that they're really, really flimsy.
Yeah.
And you can hit them and just bat them out of the sky. But that 5-up invine kind of keeps them hanging around for a bit.
Yeah.
But they do have units that just hit like a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of it's mainly their characters as well.
Yeah, the other thing as well is there isn't a lot of redundancy in a Dark Eldar list as well. Yes, you might have 5 Cabalites, but there's always a blaster in there.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing really where there's attacks. It doesn't feel like that in any of their units anyway.
And everything's so cheap. You get so much of it as well. It's one of those there's no one target for your opponent to kind of focus down on. It's I'll kill the Venom and a squad of guys, and I'll kill a Venom and a squad of guys.
Yeah.
It's not really changing the army.
No. And in their side, every Venom, there's a squad of guys. There's a nice, soft, gooey centre inside the chocolatey goodness. Yeah. So what are you adding to your Drukhari next?
So the next, I've got 6 Talos to build and paint.
Nice.
And then I'm going to try and add some grotesques for some even more hard-hitting units.
So you're going Hellblazer?
Pretty much, yeah. Although I'm not keen on them. The homunculus covens.
No?
I've always loved the Cabalites.
Okay.
Lilith's always been my favourite character, so I've got the witches done.
Yeah.
But I think the army as a whole, if you go in to play lots more different people, coming up against Marines, you need that resilient homunculus stuff.
Yeah, because you say glass cannon is the Dark Eldar, so the homunculus, the high toughness, the 4-up invulnerable save, the Talos, they're tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that resilience against certain lists. Yeah. Awesome. So thank you very much for coming down one more time.
Thank you.
Guys, check out Lookout Sir 40k podcast. And last few shout outs, this battle map from urbanmats.com, the Urbis Mortis Terrain from foregroundpublishing.co.uk. If you want any more Winter's 40k battle reports or campaigns, there's many campaigns. I think there's 5 or 6 campaigns in the deployment zone now. Join us at deploymentzone.tv. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Happy wargaming.